you're looking for intellectual, informed basketball takes, and you want to bring in media that knows what they're talking about, look no further than
never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights, man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands, we run 3-man weeks, Paul, Trey, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan, we got love for the game, we don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm the run the fast break, throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break, throw me the outlet. We on the break, it's fast break. We on the break, it's fast break. Let's go.
Yo, what up, party people? Thank you for joining us once again on a Saturday morning for an audio adventure. I go by the name Ro, the hostess with the mostest, and you know this. Flatbush. To my left, the professional, the big man in the middle, the author, America's favorite Haitian uncle, King Joe. Fuck passé. Up above him, we call him Coach PRR Sports, Mr. 1995, Mr. Stand on Business, the most stubborn, Coach Paul.
Righteous stubbornness is necessary.
One big up yourself. One time for Jamaica.
Yeah.
Prayers.
My family is good for those wondering. My family is good.
Yeah, we're good.
Blessings. And to his right, last but certainly not least, we call him the professional, the architect, Morpheus, Alan, the man with the plan.
It's good.
Big Jersey.
You know what it is.
We are an ensemble that goes by the moniker Fast Breaks. Can I get a rebound kindly?
Paul, you got this one.
What? No.
Episode 2 of the season?
No.
I got it.
You can't be out here moving like Jaron Jackson Jr. Get the board, man.
Get the board.
Overhead pass. Hold on. Call it.
Yes, sir. Welcome to episode 2 of season 3, episode 96. This is Fast Breaks, where we get right to it. Gentlemen, how was your week?
It was all right.
Calm.
Yeah, it was cool. It was calm. Nothing special this week.
Type.
Slow week.
Feel that. Let's jump right into
Well,
it.
actually,
Oh,
not to make it
oh.
political, but we got some big
Well, let's
wins
talk about
happening
it.
all over the country. So that's good.
Actually.
A little bit more than a good week, in my opinion, but I'm gonna see it at that.
No, yes. For a little bit of reporting, obviously, the city has a new mayor. We shall see what comes of that. One way or another, it is a new era in New York City, and as a lifelong New Yorker, I choose to move forward with positivity and optimism. So we'll see what comes of that. And
This
that's all on that.
This mayor is
No.
Okay.
Keep it to yourself.
No. What were you gonna say?
Why you always coming in with the instigation, man?
What were you gonna say? No. Say what's on your chest. You started this.
No, this is not a political podcast.
I will say though, the outgoing mayor is still funny as
Yo.
He is a comedian.
Bro,
Sounds
Brooklyn don't claim him no more. Brooklyn does not claim him no more. Period.
He's not
I
from
don't think
Queens.
y'all claimed him in like 6 years or something.
No, he's from Brooklyn.
Over for that.
Nah, I think he's from Queens, man.
Bro, he was the Brooklyn president for many years.
I know, but I think he grew up and was raised in Queens.
You know, that would explain a lot. No shade to Queens.
Oh, that's a Queens. You like Queens.
If you've been tuning in this season, you know we got a little bit of a new format. We're going to start off with our lightning round. We are going to go around for quick takes. First up on the docket, on the dossier, on the agenda, if you will, the Ja Morant situation. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to switch it up, Paul. You first. Ja Morant situation. Go.
He better be careful because he's not looking like last 3 years, he's not looking like a superstar. Like a lot of the things he's gotten away with, for those who don't know, he's clearly unhappy with the team and has verbalized it in interviews, seems distant in the team huddles during games and things like that. KD out here talking about telling his father, your son don't want to be here, all of that. Yeah, man, it's not looking good. It's looking like he gotta get up out of there. But the problem is, in my opinion, he's the star power that he had like 3-4 years ago has dimmed. He doesn't look as promising. The Grizzlies haven't been the number one seed in a minute now. Few seasons, about 2-3 seasons now, right? So it's not looking good. So he better be careful because a lot of the things he got away with because of who he was at the time considered to be, he's not away with it again. Because first of all, has he gotten better as a player?
No.
I was going to say that actually.
He's the same player. And like, if he were to stay at this level for a while, he'll be a good player. He'll be a great Memphis Grizzlies player. But at a certain point, people start looking at you like, what's the point of having you here, even though you're this talented? You know what I mean? Like our ceiling, although you're young, our ceiling has been reached with you. So what's the point? And that's where people might be with him now. Need to be careful. He is not fine in the West. He is not.
Alan, jump in here.
Yeah. So him being in a news cycle this week all came from last Friday when he had that bad game against the Lakers, and apparently there was something with him and the coaches, and it ended up in him being like suspended for a game due to detrimental behavior.
Conduct.
Behavior detrimental to the team. Yeah, conduct. Thank you. And it's just crazy to see because this is such a big fall from like grace. Like just 2 years ago, like Ja Morant was being talked at potentially being like the next guy, right? And now since then, he's done everything in his power to unravel that totally. And it's just mad sad to see, in my opinion. But I don't know. I remember last year when the Grizzlies fired their head coach, like with 9 games left to go in the season, all the reporting around the time basically said it was because Ja Morant didn't like the play style. They was doing it to kind of like appease him, and you take it with a grain of salt. But that happens, and coming into this season, you already have problems with this coaching staff. That's not a good look. You in the media saying like you need to find your joy again. that ain't a good look. In my opinion, like the vibes can't be good in the locker room, right? So now you're causing all these issues. The team is not as good as it used to be. The team has been kind of stagnant. You're not helping things out with how it's going. You're not being the leader that everyone thought you were. You're not being the franchise guy. So now you got a situation where like the team kind of has to consider at least like trading you. You're making it kind of seem like you're unhappy being there, and it's just not the way your career should have panned out, man. Like, there was already like the gun situation, but you're kind of making like this narrative about yourself that you're not going to be the star player that we all thought you were going to be. Because despite the talent, like this is the other side of it that you gotta keep up. You gotta keep up with. So it's a fall for grace. I don't know what to do from there. I hope it works out. But I don't know, man. Like Ja Morant seems to be like not that guy anymore. I don't know what to think of it.
Dre, what's your take?
There was a point he was moving like AI, and now he's moving like Ben Simmons. He is shooting 14% from the field. He does not have a positive. I have not seen a positive news article about this man in 3 years.
That's a fact. That's actually
like not one
fact,
positive thing that's going on over there. The situation isn't just dire. It's toxic to the point of the entire thing is infested. And I don't know there's any salvaging it, honestly. I don't know if it's the city of Memphis or it's an organizational standpoint, or if it's just contention with the front office because, you know, they had all these anticipations and expectations, and he didn't really, you know, at the moment he was supposed to start fulfilling them, right? That's when he started getting in all this trouble, right? And you look at young players in the same position around the league. You got Ant, who's taking advantage of the situation. You got Wemby, who's taking advantage of the situation. You have young players who are in the same spot or have the same shine, and who took a step. And he had somebody that was potentially ready to take that step, and he took a step back, right? So it's understandable from an organizational standpoint that there's frustration and friction. And for him, he might not necessarily feel the support he needs to because, like I said, there hasn't been a positive note at all. Like, if you're a team, this is your guy, you know, go bribe a news reporter. Say something nice about the guy. Do something.
Wait, hold on. Too much corruption in the NBA, right? Allegedly.
He needs some of it to go in his way. All right, he needs a little bit of something. It's either that happens or he's got to get up out of Memphis. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe he goes to Miami.
So stay right there. I want to spin the topic though. Stay right there. I'm gonna come right back to you. I want you all to pick one team where you think there's a possible trade that makes both teams better and puts John in a good situation.
I'm gonna go to Miami. I don't know the exact trade partner, but I definitely know that he needs a little bit of that Heat culture to help him.
It would be Memphis.
I'm sorry?
It would be Memphis.
What do you mean?
The trade partner would be Memphis.
Yeah.
It would be Memphis and Miami.
No. I'm saying the trade partner would be Miami. I don't know who the player would be.
There you go.
Yeah. But
make the trade. Play it out.
Everybody else got Miami.
Does Hero stay in Miami?
Does Hero stay in Miami? That's a great question.
If they're doing a trade for Ja,
he can't.
I mean, Hero goes.
You gotta get Hero back.
Yeah, you gotta. So it would be Hero for Ja. I don't know that it makes either team better. It makes Ja better as a person. I only know if it makes the teams better.
Did you throw Wiggins in there?
No.
I mean, salary wise.
For salary, perhaps. I don't know if you necessarily have to because I think Hero is also getting the bag, so it might even out.
Alan, how about you?
So, a trade that makes both teams better, or at least keeps both teams competitive. It's a hard ask. I don't know. If I'm looking outside of Miami, I think Miami probably the best one. Just off the top of my head, maybe Phoenix. If you get Jalen Green back, you're not going to be as good, but at least you get a talented person back.
Yeah, but Jalen Green's kind of the same problem. He's also kind of toxic.
So, real quick, I just wanted to respond in real time as close as possible. So, Tyler Hero makes 31,000. Ja makes close to 40. So you would have to add some more in there.
Yeah, but not a whole Wiggins. Like isn't that too much?
You could probably throw in Fontecchio, Khalil Ware, Jaquez. I think for Ja, you probably have to put in Jaquez in there.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
And that works. Tyler Hero and Jaquez for Ja Morant
Ja.
is approved by the trade machine. Andre, if you're in Miami, you make that trade. Jaquez and Hero for Morant.
Yeah, I do.
Does that make Miami better?
No.
It wouldn't make them better this year, okay? But it would make them better next year if Ja has most of the year and the summer with Miami and the training staff and Eric Spoelstra and the Heat culture. I think he can come back to his previous form, and that would make Miami better, especially next season.
Okay, chat. Let us know. Chat. Let us know in the chat whether you like that trade, Hero and Jaquez for Morant straight up. Alan, you want to respond to that trade, or you want to offer us yours?
No, I was gonna respond to that trade. Like, I think it's a good trade just in like general terms, but like if I'm Miami, like Ja don't even fit the culture after everything that I've seen, right? Like if he don't like the playing style, he clearly pouts about it, for lack of a better term. But like, and if I'm Spo and I'm Pat Riley, that's not the type of player I want to bring into Heat culture. Like, part of having a culture is you bring guys that fit that. You don't necessarily try to like change guys. You could mold younger guys into your culture, but try to change guys, I feel like it's hard to do. And the way Miami plays,
did Jimmy Butler fit the mold before he got there?
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Actually,
he did.
But when you're siding for Ja, and let me just get this one-on-one with Alan here. When you're siding with Ja, that he pouts and he acts out when he doesn't like the team or the offense that's going on, was that not Jimmy Butler everywhere he's been?
Well, no, because I haven't seen him like you get up and leave. Okay, no. I see your point, but I don't think it was simply he didn't like the playing style. Everywhere that he went and he got up out of there in bad terms, it's because like the team wasn't winning or doing what they had to do to win. He was still playing hard. Like his problem in Minnesota was he thought Cat and Wiggins were lazy and they weren't committed to the winning. I feel like that it goes in perfectly with Miami's like ethos, you know what I mean? Like, and I remember before when he went to Chicago, he was a 30th pick, and his whole ethos was like he was a hard worker, he was underdog, he did anything he did anything he could to win, and he worked super hard in the offseason. That was his whole ethos. And I think that fit Miami perfectly. It ended up souring because of money, but I feel like while he was there, he was like the embodiment of Heat culture, so to speak.
Okay, last question I'll have for you on this Miami, and I'll toss it back to Andre for a final point on it because it was his trade. Miami historically, their offense seems to work very well for slashers who are not the strongest jump shooters. So does that land on you at all, that in terms of on the court fit?
You thought you asked me personally?
Yeah.
No, because the way Miami, because you're right in that, but like Ja's biggest complaints have been, from what I've read, his biggest complaints have been, or one of them has been, they're not setting enough screens for him to get open. And the way Miami has been playing this year, they're not even doing that. They're just driving and kicking out, and he doesn't even want that simple thing. He wants screen set for him. He wants to be able to handle the ball the whole time, and then chooses to do that, try to get open first and not drive and get other guys open. He wants to be the first option to get open and then kick it out. And I think the way Miami's playing this year doesn't fit into what he wants to do personally, and I don't think he would like that. Because it's not even just the guards that's doing it. It's literally Bam driving in and kicking out to the guards, and Ja don't like that. Because that's kind of what they're doing in Memphis already. He's in the corner a lot, and he hates it.
Got you. Andre, last point on court fit for Ja in Miami.
So I'm gonna push back on that slightly, only because they don't have a slasher of Ja's caliber in Miami, so they kind of have to play this way, and it goes to their strengths. But I think a coach like Eric Spoelstra, that like obviously coached LeBron and coached D Wade, he knows how to use a guy like Ja. You know, he knows how to take advantage of it, and he's proven time and time again that he knows how to adapt an offense as well. So I don't think that it'd be it would be something that's insurmountable for them to change to. But also, and this is the most important part, teams like Miami, teams like New York, teams like LA, you're not bigger than the culture. You come here and you play the
not
way
bigger than the program.
you come here and you play the way we tell you to, or you're getting shipped the hell out. It's not one way or another, brother. All right, you got to play this game the way we're telling you to play. So this ain't Memphis, son. This
right. Let's wrap that there. Alan, do you have a trade?
The one I said before, maybe Jalen Green. I don't know how the numbers would work. That's just off the
Phoenix.
cuff.
Let's run it. You got
Yeah.
Phoenix, Jalen Green. I think you might have to put in one additional salary. Oh no, straight up works. Talk me through it on court. Jalen Green for Ja Morant straight up works. What are you imagining on court? Do both teams get better?
I don't know if both teams get better, but I think Phoenix gets better. They have a ball handler. They could have Devin Booker play a little bit more off ball, which he likes to do. You have a slasher. You have someone who gets to the paint and get to the foul line at least a little bit and take just pressure off of Devin Booker. With Jalen Green going to Memphis, I don't know if it's going to be any better, but at least they have a scorer, they have a shooter, they have kind of like a star they could kind of develop and hopefully get into, fit their culture with a little bit more. And a guy who doesn't just need screen set for him all the time. He could play off ball. He could sit in the corner if they want him to do that. And he's going to be a guy who's going to embrace having his own team and being the star there. So I think culturally,
and you get him a young big to pair with again. And Jaren Jackson. I was saying you get another young big to pair Jalen Green with again, like he had in Houston, using Jaren Jackson, who basically is like a grown-up version, one could argue, of Jabari Smith Jr.
No one can argue. That's pretty accurate. Pretty similar shades of.
Paul, what do you think about that trade? Memphis, Phoenix, Ja Morant for Jalen Green, straight up. You've had a lot to say about Jalen Green in previous episodes.
I don't want Jalen Green on my team.
We're not talking about your team. We said Memphis, Phoenix, straight up Jalen Green.
Grizzlies.
He doesn't want Jalen Green in the NBA. Let's keep it a buck.
Let him get to it.
Listen, okay. First of all, right. If I'm the Grizzlies and I trade Ja Morant, I don't want to be good. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I want picks.
Rebuild.
Yes, picks and expiring contracts. That's all I want. That's it. I don't care how much money I got to expiring contract. We're starting from scratch. Jaren Jackson next. If I trade Ja.
You just paid him, though. You just paid him.
That's fine. He's out of here.
He's out of here, bro.
He's out of here. If I trade Ja, it's a wrap. Because you're not going to get
tell me why Jalen Green and Jaren Jackson isn't a future to build around. Because I hear you, but I want to know the context of why you feel that way. Why is that not appealing?
Jalen Green is literally a worse version of Ja. Literally, like they play the exact same way, had the exact same strengths and the exact same weaknesses. They play the exact. When you look at them finish at the rim, they look very similar. Jalen Green is incredibly athletic.
So let me ask you this. Does the coaching staff have an on-court issue with Ja Morant, or do they have a leadership issue such that if they had a Ja Morant with a different attitude, they would be right on with whatever their current plan is?
Can I answer this?
No.
I
think that Ja, we kind of drag out the leadership and the off the court issues with Ja a little bit. I think if he was able to shoot right now, they would be a lot better. And they would have been a lot better after the first seed. I think the NBA is kind of moving past players like Ja Morant.
You don't have to look it up. He's shooting 14%.
Right. I think
I was going to look at what Jalen Green is shooting, but let Paul land his plane.
Yeah, I think the NBA is moving past guards, especially 6 3-point guards that can't shoot. It's over. You become too easy to guard, or not even easy to guard. You become easier to guard than a lot of teams in the NBA. Even teams that are technically worse than you have better offense than you because the point of attack is easier to guard, right? You can kind of guard Ja the way you guard Giannis, but you don't need as much help because he's 6'3". You know what I mean? So that's really the issue, I think. And I don't know if Ja's gonna face that and embrace that, but that's what I think it is. So
let me put Jalen Green's numbers at you. Obviously, he's only played one game. He had his debut the other night in Phoenix. He played incredibly well, 29 points. He shot 46 from the three. He had 6 threes. I don't know if that's summer work or an aberration, but if you're a GM and you're looking at that on his career, he's 34%. Last year he shot 35%, made 3 threes a game. And could you argue that two things I want to put at you? Could you argue that Jalen Green is significant enough of a better shooter to make whatever offense they're trying to run work? Does he have more upside as a shooter, seeing as he's starting the season so hot? And then the other aspect is the last 2 seasons, Jalen Green has played 82 games, which is also, I think, another main on-court issue with Ja is that as of late, he has not been available. How does that land on you, Paul?
That's a good point. But at the same time, I don't think Ja has ever shot as badly in the playoffs as Jalen Green did last year. So
he's had one time, but I'll let you finish.
Yeah, I know. But again, like, it's very risky because you know who Ja is, and Jalen Green, you still don't really know who he is. Like you said, he only been to the playoffs one time, and he's still so young. So I guess you could say, okay, we're gonna take a bet, but at the same time, to me, it's a simple fix with Ja. I don't know if it will be fixed, but it's a simple fix with Ja. All right, we don't know if it's a simple fix with Jalen Green because it's like the Jalen Green strengths that he has are the exact same strengths that Ja has, and Ja's just better at it and more seasoned and isn't old yet. He's
historically
better,
right? Not at the moment,
right? That's why it's a risky bet. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to end it. They're not gonna look at him the way they look at Nico Harrison, the Grizzlies GM. But if Ja goes somewhere else and develops a jump shot, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like, your job might be gone if you're the Memphis Grizzlies GM.
Chad, let us know what you think about that trade in the comments. Jalen Green for Ja Morant, straight up. Paul, now for you to finish it off, do you have a trade? Well, you said your trade would be straight for picks and money and expiring contracts, right? Yep. So there's not really a particular team that matters for that, but you would do a complete rebuild. Yep. So you're shipping out Jaren Jackson as well.
Yep. You already got rid of Dylan Brooks. You already got rid of Desmond Bane. You get rid of Ja. What else? Like, you gonna build around Jaren Jackson Jr.? Come on now.
I think that's why we're arguing, trying to trade a similar young guard so that you still have a combo foundation, right?
Why do you put Arizona on that?
the supporting cast around Ja and Jaren, they're in their second iteration, right? That first iteration had some interesting playoff runs, but ultimately couldn't get the job done. But also, you could argue Ja's injuries in the playoffs have held them back. There was 2 playoff runs that his injuries, you could argue, are the main reason why they didn't advance, right? Against the Warriors, they were in a very close series, could have beat them, and Ja couldn't play the last 2 games. And then the last time they were in the play, or 2 years ago in the playoffs against the Lakers, if Ja's hand was right, you could argue they probably would have beat the Lakers. So that supporting cast wasn't too flawed. They just were never healthy to get through. And now you're on a second iteration of this, supporting cast that doesn't really seem to have much substance to it. Is it a reasonable argument to say, hey, the athletic slashing guard in Jaren Jackson is a solid foundation if you figure out what you need around them, such that whether it's we figure it out with Ja or we swap in a Jalen Green, that kind of combo, slashing guard, solid defensive big man who can finish around the rim.
Kendrick Perkins said that Jaren Jackson Jr. is the most overrated player in the NBA.
That's crazy.
Do you agree?
I don't know if he's the most overrated, but he is
overrated.
He is overrated.
He is overrated in terms of what though? Like, I don't think anyone's calling Jaren Jackson Jr. like that guy.
He was a runner-up last season for Defensive Player of the Year when he's not even the top 3 defensive.
Let's put a pin in that. That's something we could maybe come back to. I want to keep us rolling with our topics. Sure. That was a good little hypothetical play out. Next on the dossier, obviously I think Memphis would fall into this category or maybe not. But last week we discussed teams that had impressed us so far. We're now 2 weeks or 3 weeks into the season. Who are the teams that have been the most unimpressive? You can even go as far as to say
Unimpressive
disappointing
or impressive?
Yeah, unimpressive. You can even
Unimpressive.
go as far as to say disappointing, but you can also just go with unimpressive. Paul, I'm gonna stick with you and then go back around the horn. Give me one team who's been, the most unimpressive to you or the most disappointing. Because I mean, it's obvious who the worst teams in the league are right now. But
Right.
who's it? Who's an interesting negative story for you? Maybe it is Memphis.
Interesting negative story. I believe the Warriors are sub 500 right now, right?
They're
The
500.
Warriors are currently 5-5.
5-5. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, I want to say the Nets. I want to say the Nets because
Please don't bring them up. Please.
Listen.
Let him go. Let him go.
I thought it would be like closer to 500.
Hey, one mic. Let him go.
I thought they were going to be closer to 500, man. I really did. I thought they were going to be a little bit, but they would have
looked at that roster and said, "These guys can do it." Are you crazy?
Do something.
I'm sorry.
Wait, but explain.
I know you didn't believe.
What did you see? Clear out. Let him explain himself. What did you see that you're not seeing come to fruition? What did you envision?
You didn't see anything. His eyes were closed.
Let him rock.
I envision Cam and Michael Porter Jr. could get you more than one game in like 9 games played. That's what I thought. I thought just scoring wise, they'll just like, you know what I mean? But it's only one game. Boston is interesting. I thought they would be a little better. I'm not gonna hold you. Indiana, this guy. Indiana. I know. Listen to me. In Indiana, reminded me.
I'm sorry.
Indiana reminded me of the Miami Heat in a way where they just plug and play guys, and they'll figure out a way to be competitive. You know what I mean? And they haven't been doing it so far. I think I don't want to keep naming teams, but
no, you're good. I think that was solid. Alan, coming to you.
Okay. If I'm gonna say the team, I'm gonna say Washington.
Sure. Washington, really?
They have more pieces than they did last year, and only have one game. I thought they would be I thought they'd win like 30 games or something like that. You know what
Middleton
I mean?
hasn't played every game, so there's that.
They got a few players this year. Like even some other podcasts were saying they might be 500 or so. Like I don't know.
I understand why you say Washington, but I think this is a response to Washington. Like they are low key what the Nets should be right now because they're still bad. They still only have one win, but they have a bunch of young pieces that look better than like the Nets pieces right now, right?
Right.
So I think that's why they have on paper. They look a little bit better. And so, but all our rookies so far have not been playing well so far. And so that's like a little demoralizing to me. But that's why I say the Nets over Washington. But I think the most disappointing team for me, I talked about them last week, is Orlando. I thought they were going to take a step forward and be. I didn't expect them to be like contenders, but I expected them to do that little jump you see a team do, like a la Detroit or whatever last season. Like a surprising team that stepped forward and looks like they can really make some noise in the playoffs. And I think Orlando's still gonna make the playoffs, but they don't look like they made that step that I'm talking about. They're still a really good defensive team, like they've been the last 2 years now, but they still haven't made that step in the offense. Like last week, I came here and said they can't shoot, and it's still so glaring. They went out in the offseason and got Desmond Bane, and now he's whack. I don't know what happened. He had a good game. He had a good game last week. I'm being facetious when I say he's whack, but he had a good game last night. But he's not shooting well at all. Like he brought him in to be a 3-point shooter, and you can look at the numbers, but I'm pretty sure he's shooting like 30%, maybe sub 30. And like, I don't know what's going on over there. That seems to be maybe like a coaching issue. I don't want to call out no coach, but that seems to be like maybe your offense isn't all that. The last time I watched him, Paolo, still really good, but he still can't shoot worth a damn.
Shooting 14% also. What's with that number?
they can't shoot at all over there. And Paolo low-key is a ball stopper, like how Kawhi Leonard used to be, or how people used to accuse Kawhi Leonard of being. There's no ball movement over there, so it seems to be like a coaching issue. And they used to be a really young, promising team, and I was hoping they'd be like more fun to watch, and they just not, man. So I don't know what's going to happen. So be on the lookout, because I think that's not a great situation. They might have to make up a trade or something.
Dre, what about you? Most disappointing team?
Oh, brother. These guys stink. And I'm talking about Indiana because they had me out here thinking they could do something. And they have lost more at a faster rate since I said they could do something. These suck. I wish I could take back my take from last week. I really do. They suck. They suck.
I want to interrogate you on that because when you really think about
I was pretty surprised.
When you look at what their prospect coming to the season, they lost their starting point guard and center.
And their center.
Yes, exactly.
And you were thinking that they were going to be okay?
I thought they still had Nemhard. They still had Pascal Siakam. They still
Great
had,
role players.
I'm sorry?
Great role players.
They still had Rick Carlisle is a great coach.
That's all you need.
Carlisle is a great coach.
To be a decent team, all you need is some great role players and like somebody that could put the ball in the hole.
I thought they'd at least stay competitive, but they're not figuring it out. They're not figuring out nothing. But aside from them, I don't want to reiterate because Alan said everything I was thinking about Orlando. So big shout out to them because they suck. Charlotte.
Oh, that's another team. Charlotte.
But Charlotte's even worse. Charlotte's even worse because the real downfall of Charlotte is LaMelo Ball. I saw a quote that said this brother doesn't care about basketball, and that is correct. He does not care. I don't care what his stats say. He's not trying to win.
They've been without Brandon Miller, though. They've been without Brandon Miller.
There's a video I saw like 2 seasons ago where the coach got fired. They were down by 30. And this man LaMelo's just on the sideline, just cracking up, having a good time, bro. And this is just what their team is. He doesn't give a damn. Not even a little bit.
They need a vet. They need a vet bad.
Bro, well, he is checked out.
If you take a look at their roster, offensively, they're doing quite well. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 6 guys averaging double digits. Melo's got 24, 8, and 10 on the season with 1.7 steals. I hear you. Con Canapel, their young bull, in 31 minutes is giving you 16 and 6. But they're without Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller's only played 2 games this year, and they lost their big. They got rid of what's his name?
Yeah,
who went to Phoenix.
Nick Richards.
No, not even Nick. Well, yes, but someone else. The big that was in the trade with the Lakers.
Mark Williams. Mark
Williams. Yeah, they lost Mark Williams to Phoenix. So, them standing at
12,
3 and 6. I mean, they can't defend. They got no real size. What were you really expecting? What were you really expecting from them?
What I don't like to see is teams that are supposed to be that have enough talent to be good, and they're not.
Like who? Put a name on that bullet.
Charlotte.
The Hornets are one of them. They have enough talent. They should be a better defensive team.
They still have.
Hold on, because I can't hear 2 people at once. Paul, you making this point? Tell me what their record should be right now. They're 3 and 6. What do you think they should be with the talent that's available on their roster at the moment?
5 and 5 at least.
So, all right. To be fair, I don't think 3 and 6 is that bad. Like it's not good, but it's very redeemable. Like a 2-game win streak, and it's like, oh,
yeah. If they get Brandon Miller back and run off 3 in a row, now they're a 500 team. Is that around what your expectations would be?
It's more. See, all right. Here's the thing, though. Right. Let me say this quick, Andre. When you're 10 games in, it's not so much about the record, unless it's really bad, right? Even if you're really good, like look at the Bulls right now. They're not number 1 anymore. Now it's Detroit, right? Like when it's 10 games in or under 10 games in, like it's only 9 right now for most teams. You're looking at how they play. That's a fact. You're looking at how they play. You're looking at this, like they're how they're competing. You're looking at on the court. You're looking at different things, right? It's almost like I don't want to say an extension of the preseason, but it's like, you're still trying to figure things out and figure out who you are and what you need to improve on and how much time you have to improve on them to actually do something in the season, in the league, right? So with that being said, the Hornets, you said they can't defend. They should be better defenders. They haven't enough.
Like who?
Miles Bridges.
LaMelo should be a good defender. He averages 1.7 steals.
Maybe he's not the issue.
All right, then. You said Brandon Miller's out there. Miles Bridges is still there, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
He should be a better defender.
Agreed.
Yeah, he's a good defender. Some consideration.
If you don't have a legit starting center in today's NBA, can you defend?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point, but it doesn't mean that they should be 3.
Can I give you another team that I think has the exact same issue that didn't come up in this conversation, but I think is interesting to potentially briefly talk about? Toronto.
Toronto. They're 8.
Yeah, but look at their record. I'm not talking about standings right now. They're 5 and 4. But they're healthy. They're fully healthy.
What do you expect from them?
That's about this.
Well,
that's what I expect.
You got 3 of the most talented young players in the league: Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett, and Scotty Barnes, each averaging 20 points. I would think you probably win a few more games.
Nah.
The only thing is because of who's above them. They weren't going to beat out. They're exactly where I think they would be. Because look at the teams above them, with the exception of the Bulls, which are a wild card pick. Everyone else is exactly. In fact, if we want to keep it a real buck, the team that's disappointing me the most right now is the Knicks, because I really don't think they should have 3 losses. But that's a different story.
But can I tell you the story of their season? Because I think that plays into this as well. The reason why I throw out the Toronto as interesting here is because their record is all starting the season off on a terrible foot. They won their first game against Atlanta, and then they lost 4 straight. But then they've won their last 4. So they've literally had essentially a 50-50 season. So I think that is what I'm interested in, is like, if we're talking about a start of a season, who gets off on a good foot and who doesn't. Something about Toronto, like what they had, this is their first. Think about all the major trades that happened last year, right? The biggest narrative on a major trade is, okay, when you get a summer and you get a full training camp, let's see what you really are, right? When we look at the Lakers, who we're going to talk about in a second, we clearly see the benefit of a full summer and training camp with the team. And they have more new pieces than Toronto. Toronto didn't add anybody over the summer. They had a full summer and training camp with this sort of trio, and they come out and they lay 4 straight eggs, but then all of a sudden figure it out and beat a Cleveland and beat a Milwaukee.
They're still so young, though. That's the problem. Like, they're not young, but they're still young. You know what I mean? Like, Scotty Barnes been playing losing ball since he got to the NBA.
Correct.
RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly, they came from the Knicks, where they were playing under Tom Thibodeau and were held back.
A lot.
And maybe not Quickly, but RJ. They still have to figure out their chemistry, right? Then you add in Brandon Ingram, where Brandon Ingram, although he's not even 30 yet, it almost feels like he's a 15-year veteran. Yeah. Right. So like his role over there is not going to be the next coming of Kevin Durant. Right. He's going to be over there like trying to support, and that's how I already know that's how they're going to play, because you got so many young guys there that's trying to make their name and figure out chemistry, that it does make sense that they're up and down like that to me. I never expected them to be, great or like have a big jump. I expected them to make a slight jump, which it looks like they have. So
I think it's interesting that it could be, and they have a kind of roster where it could be anybody's night. Yeah. And usually with young teams that if you can capture that something good is happening. I mean, if you look at who the high point person is in all their games, Barrett, Ingram, Barnes, Barrett, Barnes, Ingram, Barrett, Ingram, like they have sort of an equitable offense over there. And then you got Quickly, who leads the team in assists most nights, which we didn't think necessarily was a huge part of his game. I just think there's something there, and I'm a little surprised that they haven't found some consistency in what it is.
Right. I mean, and just pushing back on that, like I said it before, they're exactly where I expect them to be. I really don't know how much more you can expect from this team. They got no point guard, they got no center. The bench is what it is.
I'm happy you said that because that's exactly what I feel about Charlotte, which is
it's not the same thing in Charlotte. Here's why it's not the same. The only thing they're lacking is a center. The only thing. They have enough offensive
and the third person of their trio.
No, they have a third person. It should be Sexton.
Brandon Miller's been injured.
Brandon Miller's only played 2 games.
It should be Colin Sexton stepping up.
Oh, I forgot.
It should be. Don't look at me like I'm crazy.
He hasn't been
because of his low expectations. He's another person. Listen, that entire team is made of people who don't give a damn about ball enough.
Yo,
that's what it is. That's what it is. Like, they could be so much more if they just gave a damn. I'm sorry. And you know why it starts there? And this is where I'm going back on. It starts with LaMelo. He's the leader of this team.
That's
I
agree with that.
He is head and shoulders better than everybody on the team.
I agree with that.
They're looking at him. There is no reason he can't be playing like a hybrid defender. He can score the ball at any point he wants. He's 6'8". He's long. He can play defense if he wants to. He clearly gets steals. So you can decide you're going.
Well, what if he's not the defensive problem? We already put that on the table. Maybe
he gets gimme steals. He gets gimme steals because he's long and he's in the lane, but he can play with more intensity. And he approached the game with more intensity. He'd start the standard from the top down, but he doesn't because he doesn't care.
Is that enough? Is that fair to put on a 22-year-old?
A 22-year-old wants to win.
He's been in the league for a minute now.
We put it on every. He's
been drafted for a while, but how many real games has he played in the NBA? Let's be fair here.
You remember the hype around this man when he came into the league? We put it on every 22-year-old with the same hype in his position. So why does he get to skate by?
But largely he's performed when he's been on the court.
He's individually performed, but he's not making his teammates better.
Here's the thing. I agree with that. Now, let me say this quick, right?
He played, just to answer the question you asked, he played 47 games last year. He played 22 games the year before that. He played 36 games the year before that. How are you meant to lead if you don't play?
I mean, that's a different situation. They got to talk to that training staff.
Well, this is what I'm saying. You're putting the leadership expectation on a kid who is still figuring out his body and how to stay healthy through a whole NBA season. But when he's out there, he's putting up some of the best statistical numbers at his position. So is it fair to blame the entire culture on the kid who's a star and is just trying to figure out how to stay on the court?
Has he missed any part of the season thus far?
He's played 6 of the 9 games, so relatively. But I mean,
let me go back to the Raptors point for 1 second, real quick. You said
let's move on.
Yeah, anybody could get their. It could be anybody's night over there. I think that's bad for young teams because that means that the roles aren't defined.
Right.
That's number one.
This is the Oklahoma City problem from years ago.
Number one. Now to the Hornets now.
Well, he was a finals team, but we can keep going.
Well, it took him a second. It took him a second to become a finals team.
So the Hornets now though.
Go ahead, yeah.
You make a fair point with being on the court and like trying to just be on the court, but at the same time, use your eye test with this guy, man. Like when you just look at LaMelo when he's not playing, and even when he is playing, he looks like he's cool with where they're at because he's good. And if he wants to be a superstar, if he wants to live up to the expectations that his father set for him, then he needs to feel every loss, and he doesn't.
Can you just give me a comp? Can you just give me a comp? Like a 22-year-old that is exuding what you're talking about? I just want to understand what our reference point is for this standard.
Well, he's the same draft class as AE and Tyrese Halliburton.
Great comps.
And they've been largely healthy, right?
But we're not talking about
No. Hallie has not been. Hallie has had his fair share of injuries. He's been healthy.
Not season missing outside of this one.
But my point is health. You're harping on health. You're like honing in on health, and I think that's the mistake. Like you gotta look. This is what I'm saying. When they lose, he's good. That can't work. He needs to light a fire underneath his team. He needs to do that. And I understand you're saying he's 22. Number one, 22 is not a kid.
No, it's
right?
more. It's less than 22. It's more so like how does that not fall on deaf ears at a certain point when you're not in the foxhole with us every night.
When you're
Like
as
how
good
much
as him,
how
no.
much leading, how much culture setting can you do when you don't play?
I think when you're that good, you're automatically the leader whether you want to be or not.
I from my personal experience, so we could leave it here, I would argue as someone that was a leader on a team and then missed half a season, it's very hard because you could talk all the good talk you want and be angry and upset at losses, but at a certain point, bro, you're upset and you're yelling at us. You not out there, bro. You telling us what we should be doing. But you know what would be great if you were playing, because when you play, we win games. So
He can't even say that though.
Well, I mean,
That's the thing.
again,
He can't say that.
I mean, you kind of can when you look at his record. The years where they were bubble playoff teams and they were in the play-in, he played 75 games in 21-22. They made the play-in. He played 51 games his rookie year, and they were a bubble playoff team. Ever since then, he hasn't played more than 40 games. So when he plays, they tend to win more games than they lose. But the record, you're going to be like, oh, that can't be true. It is. He just really doesn't play. I mean, 36 games, 22 games. You're damn near not really on the team at that point, bro. Like if you're rehabbing for 70 games out of or 60 games out of the year, like, bro, you're not really on this team. Like you're a dude that's around.
I think we gotta start. We gotta look up his record when he plays. Because
That's a point. That's a point. I'll make a post-it of it, but I want to move on, and I'm going to go to Alan because he's been very respectful and giving people airtime today, and I want to give him credit. I'm going to start doing Potter of the Week awards in the comments. I want at the end of the episode, I want the audience to put Potter of the Week.
Actually, Fast Break fans, that's something y'all could start. That's
what I'm saying. I'm going to start asking the question in the chat. Yeah, who was the Potter of the Week this week? But Alan, I'm going to come to you. Speaking about having, like I said, a full off season. And a full training camp. What do you make of? And let's make this real quick take so we can get to our second segment. What do you make of the Lakers right now without LeBron?
So they're without. Brings it back to the Lakers.
I'm just. It's. I mean, to be fair, it's a major story this year. It's a major story this year. They're missing one of their trio, and yet they're 7-2, second in the West. They've won games without Luka. They've won games without Austin. They've won games without Luka and Austin.
Man,
DeAndre Ayton. I was telling y'all in the group chat. I was giving y'all his stats every night. He's been doing 20 and 10 for 3 straight games. And you wanted to say it was against. I said Alvin Kamara, second team all defense. You told me that's a 6'7" power forward. He did it again the next night against Wemby on a back-to-back. So, Alan.
Okay, so. It's hard to be super. I'll try to be as quick as possible with this one, but there's a lot of different things because it's not just the Lakers. I think this is a bigger NBA issue.
Talk about it.
But just speaking strictly, but I'll Laker point first. If I'm a Laker fan, I don't know how you feel about it, Pharaoh, but if I'm a Laker fan, I'm ready for LeBron to move on. Whether that's
there you go. No, that's exactly what I just said, and nobody heard.
Land that plane, because we can't hear you once, Trey. Let people land their plane.
So, looking at the Lakers, they're rolling right now without LeBron. The last 2 weeks, we have gotten a glimpse of whatever this Luka Doncic, this version of him, what it could be. He's averaging like 40 points in the first 2 weeks of the season. I don't think that's going to last, a high number, like 40. But who knows? It could. The way the offense is going, it could. But the point is, you see the potential of what this Luka could be. If I'm a Laker fan, again, you're the resident Laker fan here, Pharaoh. I want to maximize whatever this team is. And the only way to do that is to get rid of LeBron's big-ass salary. You can't maximize what you got until LeBron leaves. Like, it's literally holding you back. And I don't think the best version of this Lakers team has this version of LeBron on it. I could be... And, Right.
I'm gonna officially write a poster for that. I'm not gonna respond to that this week. That's gonna be a second segment debate, maybe in 2 months.
Fair enough.
When LeBron comes back, we're gonna revisit this in a second segment.
Right. So, long story short, I think they can maximize Luka, and even Ayton's playing better. Once LeBron comes back, I don't think Ayton's production is going to be this great, only because the nature of how LeBron plays. I have yet to see a team where LeBron doesn't the sun revolves around LeBron. I get that, but it's gonna have to now because it's Luka Doncic. What you gonna do? Which goes to my second point: greater aspect of the league. The first 2 weeks of the season without LeBron is the first time I feel like the NBA is still doing good without LeBron. It's not a new cycle where we're still looking for like, oh, when is LeBron coming back? They've done that a little bit because obviously he's on the Lakers, whatever. But the games have been fun. The games have been interesting. There's been a lot going on in the league. Storylines are still thriving, and it's been some good basketball still without LeBron. So that's something that he needs to think about a little bit. But more importantly, I'm also not trying to see second fiddle LeBron. Personally, he is great, and I never seen Kobe do that. I never seen MJ do that.
Yes, you have.
I don't.
Yes, you have.
Second fiddle Kobe. I never seen second fiddle
Ooh.
Kobe.
Oh, okay. To Shaq.
Are you dumb?
You're right. You're right. But what I meant is
Kobe. There's a difference.
Yeah, Kobe wasn't like,
He would argue that he came of age and still was playing second fiddle. He would argue that himself, but I'll leave it in.
Yeah, he could argue that himself. I'm saying
by the time he hit 22, he figured out he thought he was him already.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. That's one thing. Like thinking you're him based off your talent, but being him on like the greatness you've already achieved is two different things. Like I never seen Kobe and LeBron be like already at their greatness forms, like already achieve some of the greatness. I didn't see them take a step back, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just don't have any interest in seeing that personally. I think he needs to really consider retirement because at this point, like you've achieved everything you can. Like you either have him as a GOAT or you don't. I don't think there's much he could do to change people's opinions at this point. Like he's not chasing anything. So to me,
question for later.
I'm low key ready to move on from LeBron. Personally.
Question for later. Would it add to his GOAT narrative if he does, as the first ever GOAT candidate, successfully humble himself, play second fiddle, and win 1 to 2 more championships? Like, is that a stat? Like, no. He's the longest playing GOAT candidate ever, and he's the only one of them that was able to remove his ego, play with another young superstar, play second fiddle, and win 2 championships. Would that add to the legacy at all? And that's exactly who I was thinking about. That was the only other person who did it, who won a ring, reached his peak, and saw this young guy and was like, you know what? I'm gonna get 5 more if I rock with this kid.
Right. I don't think it does. I think all that does is kind of add fuel to whatever side you land on. Like I feel like if you already think LeBron's a GOAT, that's just another reason why you think he's the GOAT. If you think he's not the GOAT, that's kind of ammo against him, if depending on who you ask. You know what I mean?
That's also a fact.
Some people, I'm noticing a lot more people say like he's playing too long and he's just doing it to increase his stats. That it's not a good look. I'm hearing more people say that now than ever. So yeah.
So I think at this point, you either to him, like for how you feel about him is how you feel about him. I don't think there's any changing it at this point. And I don't know, like where are you gonna go from here when it comes to like the team thing? Like Luka's the guy on that team. And I haven't seen you be able to like play second fiddle for real. You said you were going to do it AD. I don't think it really turned out like that.
No, he didn't. Yeah. No, he didn't. Yeah. No, he did not.
So like, can you really do this? I don't know. And I don't know if I'm really interested in seeing you try, like I said. So that's my thoughts on it.
Dre?
I'm just concerned of what happens to Bronny if we move on from LeBron.
Can we not? Can we not?
Yo.
All right. Yeah, so I said before, Alan, like I said quietly, so y'all didn't hear me, but I'm like, I think the Lakers. No, I'm dead ass. I was like, I think the Lakers are playing better without him, and I truly mean that. I think not having LeBron, and it's something that guys have like hinted at for years, that like not that LeBron like makes teams worse or anything like that, but when LeBron's playing, you play the LeBron system, right? And we're coming to a point in the NBA where I don't know, and this is a real consideration, I don't know if the LeBron system is necessarily conducive to winning in this kind of NBA era anymore. That being said, I think the Luka Doncic system, which is really just LeBron 2.0, might be conducive to winning. Especially, and the difference is it's still high facilitating. The only difference is the person that's doing the high facilitating is also averaging 35 to 40. And I don't know that you match that anywhere. Luka Doncic with this team, he is unlocking, despite what I said last week, he is low-key unlocking DeAndre Ayton. All right? He is, I'm giving it to you. I told you the other day.
First time of the season, fans. It's the first time of the season. I'm calling it out early. I said I would at the end of last season. This man is coming back and assimilating takes. He's assimilating takes and presenting them as if he stood on that side the whole time. It took 2 episodes this season to happen. It took 2 episodes.
I'm not assimilating takes. I'm telling the take. Your take was that DeAndre Ayton is a quasi all-star, and I still don't agree with that. That doesn't mean he's not unlocking his bum ass, which he is. He's turning him into something ridiculous. He's turning him into something good instead of nothing that he's averaged his whole career. Years. Man, he's still not averaging 14 and 10, by the way, but that's a different story. Go look it up. The math will not work in your favor. The most he's doing is probably 15 and 9.
He's averaging 18 and 8.
Is that 16 and 10? He's not at the 10 rebounds. He's not,
because Luka averages 11.
Because Luka, this is Luka's world. He's just living in it. Okay,
is he stealing rebounds from Steven Adams?
Yes. Luka for sure is stealing rebounds from Steven Adams.
That's mad funny. That being said, yes. And the other part about it, and this outside of Luka, one of the reasons that the NBA can thrive post LeBron is because we have Wemby. We have a new unicorn. We have somebody that's drawing headlines, and most people are locked in every night to see what Wemby's going to do. Whether it's he drops 40 and pulls from the logo like he did the first 2 games, or he has 10 and 10 and has a terrible game. And you also have guys that are coming out like DeAndre Ayton are going to be like, this is the standard. If I can play better than it. In fact, that's what happened the other night. We're talking about DeAndre Ayton. The standard is, can he go against Wemby? So we're living in an era where
22 and 10.
That's impressive. Against the best defender on the planet.
2 blocks.
Against the best defender on the planet.
70% from the field.
Anyway, he better be 70%. He's not shooting shots. Anyway, the point is we are at a point in the NBA and marketing anyway as well where we can comfortably start to tell LeBron not to reiterate what Colin Cowherd said years ago incorrectly about Ben Simmons. But low-key, we're at a spot right now. We're at a spot right now where we can actually be like, we're good.
Classic meme.
We are actually good. And it's all thanks to guys like Wemby, and it's thanks to Luka Doncic, and it's thanks to the new NBA culture that's coming up. But
Shea.
And Shea. I'm sorry. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. We can't disrespect that, man.
I'm going to talk about that in a second.
You can talk about that now if you want. I'm done.
Listen, man. Let me get this out the way first. The Lakers have the nicest white boys in the league.
Fighting rights.
All they need is Tyler Hero and Dante DiVincenzo to make the
Son.
That's
it.
But our whites are better than those.
And Jokic, come on.
Our whites are better than those whites. Jake LaRavia is better than Tyler Hero.
You said what?
Jake LaRavia is better than Tyler Hero.
Crazy.
He's damn sure better than Dante. If you want to match it up, Austin is better than Tyler Hero for sure. Austin is what they thought Tyler Hero was going to be.
Agreed.
That's not crazy.
Austin Reeves is what they close. No, he's a height. It's not close. It's not close.
Okay.
It's not close at all.
Now the Vice
Tyler Hero has Austin Reeves is the substitute teacher for being 1A on this team and did what he did. Tyler Hero is the actual 1A on his team and isn't doing this. So I'm not going to hear that it's close.
It's not crazy the way he's saying. It's not crazy at all.
No.
Like Austin held the team down for a week and averaged 40 and had 2 triple doubles and a 50-point game. Tyler Hero is the man on his team every night and doesn't do that.
That's why he's not doing it.
I mean, all right. And then I'm taking Jake LaRavia over Dante every day. Every day.
Man, Dante's my guy. I still want him back on the Knicks. But anyway,
I like him, but
OD.
I like two-way tall guys. Jake LaRavia, 6'5", two-way, three-point shooter and slasher. He's
Dante
athletic
two-way.
and shoots.
Dante two-way, he's just not 6'5". But fair. But
He's 6'4" though. Relax.
Jake LaRavia is like 6'7".
Yeah. But anyway, Luka hasn't won a championship.
Yes.
Austin Reeves hasn't won a championship.
Correct.
DeAndre Ayton hasn't won a championship.
Wasn't Austin on the
final
championship
strip?
With the...
No, he wasn't.
He
It was the
wasn't.
year
He didn't
before.
Wow.
We picked him up the following year. Undrafted. By choice, by the way, because he wanted to be a Laker.
A lot
We're
of
gonna talk about that one day. That's amazing. Continue.
Talk about vision.
betting on yourself like Jimmy Butler.
Mhm.
But anyway, so many of these guys haven't won a championship, right? Y'all need to relax with this LeBron need to retire
Thank you.
narrative.
Thank you.
Calm down.
Let's calm down.
Because the one man that knows how to win is LeBron.
That's a fact.
In a long time.
It's been
a
5
long
years.
time, right? But he's still done it
We
more
don't say
than
that
zero.
to Curry. We don't say that to Curry.
Because it's only been 3 years for Curry.
Coming up on 4 now.
It's literally
6'7"?
only been 3 years.
Oh my God.
6'7".
Anyway, all
I
I'm
don't
gonna
get
say,
the 6'7" thing, honestly. Keep it going, but it confuses me.
listen, all I'm gonna say is this, right? If you get rid of LeBron, right, everybody else looks better, but do you have a better chance of winning the championship?
No.
I'm not gonna say it's year like 23 for this match. I'm not gonna definitively say no. I'm gonna say the jury is out. But that's such a big risk to take to get rid of him that you do not do it.
I'm not saying the Lakers.
You also can't because there's a no trade clause. So I don't know
Right.
why this conversation ever comes up.
No one's talking about trading LeBron. We're talking about LeBron retiring at the end of the season.
Yeah.
LeBron
Yeah,
does
but
not
we
want
have
to
a
retire.
season right now where we're 7-2, and so I don't understand why the conversation isn't when LeBron gets back. Is this damn near a super team? Why is that not the conversation? I don't
Because
understand.
Because we don't believe that it's going to be a super team. That's the answer.
Because LeBron takes away from players.
There you go.
Yes.
That's why this narrative that he makes them better
Is a
is
lie.
not true. He makes players singular one-track players.
Like, and then maximizing that role.
Cogs in a machine that is a well-oiled machine, right?
Can I ask one question to that point?
Go
I
ahead.
want to bring up a quote that Andre said, but Paul, I'll stay with you.
Yeah.
Andre said Luka Doncic is LeBron system 2.0.
Correct.
Does
Yeah,
that not lend to the inference that if there was ever a player in history where LeBron would see them controlling the team and running their system and be like, I like that. I agree with that. Let's do that. Would it not be Luka Doncic?
But then where does LeBron fit in that?
He plays his goddamn role.
What's his role?
Watch your mouth.
Defend, stretch 4.
Stretch 4, LeBron.
LeBron's not a stretch.
LeBron James. You see,
Do I need to pull up? Do I need to
Come
pull up his? Do I need to pull up his 3-point shooting stats the last 2
Please,
seasons?
I don't care
You
what
need me to do that?
He's not a stretch.
LeBron James stretch 4.
You know the stretch was
Wait, wait. If I'm going to say the whole build name, it would be two-way stretch playmake.
No.
Yes, he'd be a two-way
He's not
stretch
considered.
playmaker.
He's not waiting to take a
Let's call
three.
a spade.
He's waiting. If the three becomes available, he takes it. And it becomes available because everyone's waiting for him to drive.
We're acting like we didn't see these two play together already for half a season and get to third in the West. It's really annoying me.
Austin Reeves.
It's really annoying me.
Austin
Like we
Reeves is-
didn't already see this two pair work together well.
Austin Reeves is
It's not just about working together well. Is that the best version of them? Do you think there could be a better version without LeBron? They could work well, but is that well enough to be a championship team?
We don't know.
I just think look at what Rui's doing. Look at what Rui's doing, right? Now imagine that's LeBron.
No.
Like that's where my mind goes. Like just you take what Rui's doing, having a fantastic season, and the way he fits into what they're doing offensively and defensively, and then that's LeBron James.
In a perfect world, yes, but after 23 years of doing what you're doing
I don't know that he's
at
gonna
that
do
level, I don't think LeBron down for that. Even just like he could say he is, but like 23 years, more than 23 years, because high school and shit. But like all these years of doing what you're doing, I don't think the human psyche could just turn it off like that. That's just the human thing.
It's easier said than done, Farron. That's what we're saying,
Yeah.
right? Now, I'm saying it still might be worth it to try because,
of
Fair
course,
yeah, like I'm not like he
course.
shouldn't retire, like he should not retire, right? But at the same time, see, here's the thing, Alan, right?
Mhm.
Last year, I was talking about the Thunder as if like I got to see them do it, right? And then they did it.
Right.
The thing is this: when you do it, it shifts something in your team psyche, in your players individually.
Talk.
You can't tell Aaron Wiggins nothing right now.
Talk.
That's just Aaron Wiggins. The Thunder are a huge problem. Problem. Right? And don't let Wemby, Andre, don't let Wemby and the Spurs figure it out. Let the rest of them guys, don't let them figure it out. Right? It's not an open path for the Lakers. The Lakers are good now, but the Lakers for the past 10 years now, are playing for June. They're not playing for November.
72 years.
All right, whatever. They're not playing for November. All right, so that's why you don't just trade LeBron or
no one said trade LeBron
or try to buy him out or
no
anything
one said
like
any of that.
You don't retire for LeBron James. I think that's kind of crazy.
I think
I know why you say it, but
I'm not saying for clarity. I'm not saying retire today. I'm saying after this year.
Oh, then be clear. Then be clear.
My bad.
I feel like Alan and I are
hold on.
saying right now.
A little bit though.
It does.
It's not like you backtracking because you said
because the thing I wrote on the post-it was you said it's time to move on for LeBron in reaction to what the team is doing right now.
You're right.
Yes. Yeah, but okay. I think it's crazy to retire in the middle. My fault if I wasn't clear on that. I just meant retire. Let this be your last season so that we can move on.
No, that's what
so that we can move on.
That's what I thought.
Like, get about it.
Why does it have to be negative though? Why can't the narrative be if LeBron comes back, what kind of team could this be? Does he mess it up or could this be a super team? But also, the Lakers have proven the post-LeBron future looks bright, which was the biggest question mark everyone had for the last 8 years, is that the Lakers are going to be destitute after LeBron retires. And now, clearly, Rob has proven now we're going to be all right.
That's true.
I mean, I feel like
why does it have to be a negative? Like, LeBron, you can go now. Like, why can't it just be a positive?
Why can't it
be like a positive?
That's not negative to me. You achieved what you. That's not negative.
No, he didn't, Alan. No, he didn't. Alan. He's trying to get 6 rings at least. You know that.
You need 3 as a Laker to be a legend. I'm sorry. You need at least 2. At least 2.
But
his pal's a legend and he has 2. You need at least 2.
But when we're looking at LeBron, it's not just about him being a Laker legend. LeBron, I know he didn't get the 6th ring. Okay, when you put it all in totality, LeBron came in with like all this hype. He was the chosen one. To have to, like I said before, to half the people who watch the NBA, he is the GOAT. You did what you were supposed to do. I think if you like being the GOAT is such an impossible standard that I think if you're in that conversation, you achieved it. That's like you achieved it. Like half the people think you're the GOAT. Like what? Like he did it. You did what you like. You know what I mean? Am I alone in thinking that? Like,
yes, you are.
What more can he do?
Alan, hold on.
What?
Before LeBron went to the Heat, right? Not even before LeBron went back to the Cavs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who didn't think that Michael Jordan was the GOAT, except for Oscar Robertson and them, and some Lakers fans, right? The people who played in like the 60s and the 70s who say Kareem is the GOAT. Who didn't think that Jordan was the GOAT?
Hardcore Kobe.
There was no debate, really.
Okay,
that's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
But let me just take his point at face value.
I'm so tired of erasing what the dominant basketball narrative was from 2004 to 2012. We're not gonna erase 8 years of NBA discourse. We can't do that. We cannot. It wasn't just Laker fans. You can pull up broadcasts from 2009. There was a conversation happening.
There was a debate.
We're not going to erase 8 years of NBA discourse.
People were considering Kobe as the GOAT.
No.
8 years. No. He pulled up to finals games in Jordan jerseys. We're not going to pretend like we forget this.
Because he was trying to be the GOAT.
It was the narrative.
It wasn't to y'all. To y'all. Nobody else was saying.
Come on.
Nobody else was saying that, man. I'm sorry.
Name another young player that had half a episode dedicated to him in The Last Dance.
Hold on. LeBron James.
Answer the question.
What?
Name another player that had half an episode dedicated to him in The Last Dance.
Because at that time, people were projecting that he would be. Not that he... The conversation right now is LeBron it? That's different. All right.
That's a dumb conversation.
LeBron leapfrogging over Kobe to so many people is proof that what I'm saying is true. Now, to you, Alan.
That's right? Because casuals, hold on, sorry. Just to answer that, it's for something I've been saying for too damn long. Okay.
I don't agree with it, by the way. I'm just saying it's the truth.
That's fine. We have allowed casuals like Nick Wright and other people like him to control the narrative of basketball.
Do you know what it is? Can I tell you what it is? No, wait. I'm gonna tell you right. I actually have a very nuanced, sophisticated take on what it is. We're actually in the process of what needs to happen to remember the discourse that I'm talking about happening. The reason why, so players retire, and then players get in the media, and in the media they laud their era, right?
Yeah.
So when Kobe was doing his thing and young LeBron got drafted, who was on TV? Players from the 80s, right? Yeah. And the 70s. So the discourse was about Michael, Kobe. Kobe retires. Those guys from the 80s are still on TV, but then guys from the 2010s started going on TV first.
90s.
Let's remember that. Guys from the 2000s did not jump on a TV because they played longer and they were still playing. There were more guys from the 2010s jumping on TV with guys from the 80s before 2000s guys. So they started lauding their era. There were more guys that played against LeBron or with LeBron on TV more than guys that played in the mid 2000s. That's what happened. But right now, what do we see? We see more guys from the 2000s starting to creep back on TV. Gilbert Arenas getting on TV. Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter getting on TV. As the 2000s guys get back on TV, they will begin reminding folks, hey, there was a discourse from 2004 to 2012 that everyone is acting like they forgot.
The discourse was not about whether he was the GOAT. The discourse right now is about if LeBron is the GOAT. People are saying,
you're telling me when he won his second back-to-back and his fifth title in 2009, you're telling me there was not a discourse about whether Kobe Bryant was the greatest player of all time?
No.
Are you kidding?
No.
Are you on Smack?
No, they're saying, can he get his sixth? Because they knew.
To do what?
Greatest of all time.
Correct. There you go.
That's not the same as what's going on with LeBron right now. People are saying LeBron is it right now. That's different. Will he do it versus is he do? I understand you want to have this conversation, but the conversation doesn't make sense because it's two different conversations. I'm not saying what you're saying. I'm not talking about they're saying LeBron is the greatest right now. Kobe Bryant, from that stretch that you're talking about, was projected to be. Nobody was saying he was yet. That's different. Two different conversations. Got to be clear on that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's actually fair.
You see what I'm saying? So now, what were you saying about
And Alan, you close us out on this so we can get to segment 2.
I remember the point I was making, but you said, I forgot, what did you say? You said something that I was going to react to.
Me or Paul? I was Paul. The TV point. You want to respond to the TV point?
No.
There's no 2000s guys on TV.
Because when I said LeBron achieved that, okay, yeah. What I was trying to say is,
right, LeBron that's how. The 6 rings.
Yeah, but even if your mind he didn't, that still goes to my point. Like, it's not going to change now. You know what I mean? Like, if you think
it'll change.
You think it could change?
If he gets 6 rings, you telling me more people aren't going to say that he's the GOAT?
If he gets 6 rings, that's like, and if he gets 6 rings and Luka is like clearly the predominantly like Finals MVP, like clearly like big on the team, like you think that'll
It will
make him.
definitely help. It won't help him as much, but it'll help him. It'll help him.
I disagree. I
If
really
he-
feel
I
like
think you know what?
If he Tom Brady's it and retires on stage holding the Larry O'Brien, you tell me
He would
that
do that
won't
too.
rival
He would do that.
the shot?
He would do that. He would do that.
I don't know if it does. I like rival it to the, like, but not enough to like wherever side you fit on, it'll change. Like it might. I don't know. It depends how well he performs. If he's like Kyrie good to when like the last time when he won in Cleveland, if he's that level, then perhaps I could see that. But I don't know. I really don't think there's a world where like if he's the GOAT,
if he wins the chip, but Luka gets Finals MVP, but Luka is first team All NBA and LeBron is second team All NBA, to like gauge how good he was that year. If he wins second team All NBA again, which may I remind you, he was second team last year.
Yeah.
If he's second team All NBA again and wins the chip, but Luka gets Finals MVP,
that'll help. That'll help a lot. But to the masses again, I don't know. It's gonna help like a narrative, but like to the masses, I don't know if a lot of people are going back and like even seeing that. You know what I mean? Some people will. Like obviously, there's us. There's other people that do that. But like when you talk about
what
LeBron's
talking head shifting position
to,
would it take?
What do you say?
Which talk like if and it'll never be Skip, honestly. But if Stephen A. or Shaq or Jay Wright or like not Jay Wright, Jay Williams, like what like Wilbon,
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas already said this.
Yeah, I know.
What? Let me tell you what people would say though. That will make an impact in his case. People are going to say that LeBron James, they already say he's a better team player. He makes his teammates better. He's an all-around player. Like he's just like he plays basketball the right way and all that. Whereas Jordan was great, but he was a scorer and not much else, and defender and not much else. It's really the intangibles that people look at with Jordan. If LeBron plays second fiddle and wins a chip, people are going to say that Jordan could never do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that a good thing to say?
Yes. Why? Because it shows that your dedication to winning.
And we have a reference point for it again. It was brought up earlier, the Kareem. Kareem did and mind you, Kareem did that at his absolute prime.
Yes.
Not even late in career. He was at his absolute prime. He was just MVP of the league, and they drafted Magic. And it took all of a year to 2 years for Kareem to be like, you got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Where do y'all have Kareem in your top 5 list again?
That's such a loaded question. That's like,
I'll say this: people had him as the GOAT before Jordan.
I was going to say that, but like, how long was he the GOAT? How long do you have?
I'd rather do GOAT rankings than all time. Like, he's to me.
Then have him as GOAT.
He's to me fourth in GOAT rankings.
That's fine. Okay, great.
I still got him over LeBron. I'm not gonna hold you.
Which I guess means he should be fourth all time. I guess they should be the same thing, but for some reason,
it's the same thing.
It gets jumbled up a little bit.
This actually goes to my point, Alan. Where you got him?
Kareem?
Yeah.
Yeah, like fourth or fifth.
Fourth or fifth. Paul, where you got him?
Maybe third.
Maybe third. Okay, so he's not number one or two, right?
Who's out?
I got him over LeBron, so.
Oh, wow.
I'm not mad at that.
Wait, who do you have second, bro?
Maybe Kobe. It's between
Kobe and Kobe. He's finally come around.
I didn't know you thought that.
So we can all agree that number 1 and number 2 is MJ and Kobe, right?
Yes.
Who have never played second fiddle.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I don't know what this does for us then. If he comes,
but you're framing that as a positive. One could argue it's not so present with Jordan because he never really had the opportunity. But one could argue if Kobe could have put his ego aside early in his career, him and Shaq could have probably won 2 more, and he would have 7 right now.
And he would never, if he had 7 playing second fiddle. I'm telling you,
no, because I'm controlling that he still gets to his own team at a certain point and wins those 2 by himself.
I'm telling you,
but
won 2 by. Oh wait, can I land my own plane?
Yeah, go ahead.
If he
I just want to
won five,
clarify because you misrepresented what I was saying.
if he won 5 with Shaq and only 2 by himself, I am telling you, he would not be considered the number 1 or number 2 GOAT of all time. That's my.
I was going to say that because his detractors who don't think he's number 2, that's what they say.
I don't think playing second fiddle. I don't think playing second fiddle moves the needle in the GOAT debate at all. I'm going to be honest. Personally, I don't think it does anything to you. I don't think it necessarily hurts you, right? It might keep you at where you're at. It might keep you as a 3rd or 4th and stop other players who have won less than you from overcoming that number, but it doesn't put you at 1 or 2.
You got to think about it, though. He would be doing that in year 23.
I don't care.
You don't care.
Right. I don't care.
Yeah, that element of the narrative is less compelling to me than the role.
No, but like, you said he would, if he played at the level of Kyrie Irving in the 2016 finals, that would help him, right? That's still second fiddle. That's still second fiddle. If he does that in year 23,
I'd say I put the standard at Anthony Davis in the 2020 finals. Who like no, but if we're talking about hold on, listen. If we're talking about the second best player performances ever in history, Kyrie, because of the shots he hit and the comeback, gets lauded. But first of all, why don't we go first to Kobe and the 3-peat?
It is Kobe in the 3-peat.
That's the standard for second best player in the team in a finals run ever. Like that is the standard, right? That's then second to that, I would argue, is Anthony Davis in the 2020. Or
over the Kyrie.
Or I'm trying to think of another non-Laker example, Steph in 17 and 18.
Man. No,
that's a good one.
That was the second. He was 1. He was 1. I don't care. He was 1.
No, he wasn't.
Kevin Durant is
He's 1B. He's 1B. He's 1B.
No, but Paul, I understand what you're saying, but we're going over the metric of not winning the Finals MVP. So if we're talking about the best player in a Finals to not win the MVP,
I mean, you're adding that in.
That's what Alan said.
Oh well,
if we're talking about the best player performances to not win MVP, it's Kobe with Shaq, and then Steph with KD, and then I would argue AD with LeBron is up there, and Kyrie is with LeBron is up there.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like those are so I think Kyrie is one level. What if he's Kobe to Shaq? Like what if he like damn near triple-double, 27 points a game his damn self, but Luka's 35 and a triple-double and gets MVP.
Very well see LeBron doing that too. I'm not gonna hold you.
It would have helped.
On my soul.
Yeah. Also, Irving's gonna have something to say about that though. I'm not gonna lie.
He'll have a nice 25.
You said Austin
Rivers 25 and 10.
The Finals is a different level. I love Austin, but he don't know that world yet.
Not yet.
If he's comfortable enough,
he's one of the most white boys.
He needs to have a Finals as the 3rd to get ready for when LeBron leaves. Let him get a ring as the 3rd first, and then the next year he's ready.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Luka and Austin running the league. Wow.
Woo! Exciting whites. Let's put a pin in that. Let's put a pin in that. Let's put a pin in that, and let's have a very condensed, brief second segment because I think people are gonna love this part. The conversation we've had a lot, but this man, to his credit, keeps making us have to revisit this conversation.
You know why?
Let me load the topic. Let me at least. I know we're gonna come straight to you. Don't worry, pause. But let me.
Actually, respectfully, no pause necessary.
Excuse me?
Whoa!
What? We don't need a pause no more.
Excuse me? I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon? So Russ is coming off a string of very good games. He had 26, 6, and 12 in a loss versus Denver. He had 23, 10, and 16 in a win versus Golden State. And he had 24, 9, and 6 in a loss against OKC. And in one of those games, he was quoted after the game as saying, humbly, I'm the best rebounding guard ever. And that has sparked plenty of debate on the line and a lot of talk shows about, what this year is doing for Russ's legacy. And then more overall, where truly does Russ fall all time, particularly in the point guard rankings. Because I think you're going to take the longest time, and I want to be condensed, I'm going to go to you first, Dre. I think we all, our fandom and our audience very well knows where you think he lands all time in the rankings. I'd rather you speak more to like, what is he doing for that currently? Like, does his play on the Kings, he got a lot of credit for being pretty good off the bench last year in Denver. This year, he's been starting some games, he's been off the bench, and he's putting up some decent numbers. Is Russ adding anything to his legacy with this 18th year in Sacramento?
Well, first, let me say, for those who don't know, he's comfortably third at the point guard position all time. That's number one. Number two, what he's adding is pushback. And what I mean by that is every single year they try to write this man off. He's not relevant in this league. He doesn't fit anywhere. What's his impact? Yada, yada, yada. Then they send him to another team and he keeps making headlines and he keeps making people better and he keeps trying to play the game. And he does it all with a smile on his face, right? With tons of heart, trying to make his team better. All his teammates love him, right? And he just finds an impact. It's not the first time he goes to a team and just starts averaging or starts getting an almost triple-double. Is he going to average a triple-double again? Probably not. But what Russell Westbrook has demonstrated throughout his career is that he is a player that is a high level at a multitude of factors, right? He's a great scorer. He is the best rebounding point guard ever. He gets great assists. He led the league in assists for a long time. He was the beginning, for a lot of people anyway, of a player, besides obviously of Gary Payton. But in that 2010 era, of point guards being high-level athletic and playing defense, he was one of the faces of that. And he's continuing to do that. To me, he has never been a net negative. I'm not going to say he hasn't had bad games. I'm not going to say there aren't moments, and I'm sure at Fair, obviously, you had him on your team, so you know what it's like to be scratching your head and being like, damn, Russ, why are you doing that? But overall,
it's more severe than that, but I'll let you have it.
Overall, he's been a player that when you give him the opportunity to shine, whether it be a six man, whether it be starting role, he does whatever he can to try to make the team win. And there's been such a negative thing about him with the shot selection. I get it. With the turnovers, I get it. He can't shoot, whatever. That doesn't take away from the fact he is historically, outside of winning a chip, there's next to nothing Russell Westbrook hasn't done in the NBA. 4-time leading the league in scoring, assists. He's averaged a triple-double 4 times, 4 seasons. Let me say that. People
MVP,
can't do it 4 nights in a row. He's done it for 4 seasons straight. He's been all NBA. He's an all-star. He's an all-star MVP. He was an MVP candidate multiple times. He won an MVP. All right. This is a guy that you consistently cannot be counting out. Year 18, he's still doing what he can, right? There are players who don't make it to year 18. There are players that make it to year 18 and are averaging 3 points a game. That's not him. So my point is, even though the Kings aren't going to do a whole lot, there are still to say Russell Westbrook doesn't have a place in the NBA is ridiculous. And especially in a league where you have point guards that, quite frankly, cannot guard him. Last night, he was going against Shea, and he called out, he can't guard me. This is Russell Westbrook talking about the MVP, finals MVP. This boy cannot guard me. And
also has 7 turnovers.
I don't care what he had last night. He cannot guard him. He can't. He can't.
So just to add to some context, Russell Westbrook is the all-time leading rebounder for a guard at 8,734 rebounds and counting. He's got a
What's
300.
Number 2?
J Kidd, who's 8,402.
So
Alan?
Alan can take it. But just to top it off, comfortably number 3. Why? He's given pushback.
Who's your 1 and 2? Just for clarity, I want to know.
You know who it is, Magic and Steph.
We're going to come back to where Chris Paul lands, because at some point I know we're going to have to talk about Chris Paul this year. We're going to come back to where you have Chris Paul.
That's fine.
Alan.
Yeah, so I have Russell as probably 5. Yeah, probably 5. I can't
That's
have
just because you're a New Jersey fan.
Nah, like I don't think I can have him higher than that, because as much as I love Russell Westbrook, he was like my favorite player for a number of years. As much as I love him, like the things that you said, Andre, like because sometimes he has the "What are you doing, Russ?" A lot of people would categorize that as worse than that, but like those have been so defining in his career.
They happen at the worst moments.
It happened at the worst moments. It's a lot of people was like he's his own worst enemy. Like for every one of those plays where you're like, what is he doing? He'll also have good plays. We've seen it oftentimes where like in one stretch you have like 3 of those plays and 3 good plays. But like worst of all, man, like as much as I love him in his playing style, he hasn't won because of it, right? And when you get to talking about the greatest of all time at a position, you have to compare that to like have you been able to win doing what you do. And Russell Westbrook just hasn't. Like he plays hard. That's how he's been able to get so many rebounds and become the lead and do all this. But a lot of people still blame him for the OKC not being able to win. And like when he was in the finals, man, like Matty Johnson was on TV saying this is the worst point guard performance of all time. And like you gotta take that into account because like he was super young at the time. He was playing out of position. He didn't come into the league as a point guard, but he
should have never been a point guard.
Yeah, you gotta take that. You gotta take that into account. Like he got better as a better player. He became a better player after that, but I'm not 100% sure he became a better point guard after that. And because of everything that he's been able to do at the point guard position, you gotta give him respect, and you gotta put him like kind of high on your list. I'm not saying everybody gotta put him top 3. You don't have to put him 5. I have him at 5 because I have to respect what he did, but I don't know, man. He hasn't been able to win, and that's a big shine. That's a big like black eye on like his career because he's had amazing teammates. He's had really successful teams, but he just hasn't been able to win. And when I look at the other point guards in my top 5 list, Jason Kidd, Magic Johnson, Steph, Isaiah Thomas, maybe
Oscar Robertson.
They've been able to win. John Stockton was not able to win the championship, but he got to the finals several times. But like no one could ever come at his point guard skills. No one could ever say like he was just making boneheaded.
Old heads violate him though.
Huh?
Old heads violate him though.
On defense, like what him he playing defense?
No, they say John Stockton is only as good as he was because he played with Karl Malone. And
but the same could be said in inverse.
I agree with you.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But either way, man, just as a point guard, though, you can't come at John Stockton point guard skills. You know what I mean? Like, you're hard pressed to tell me John Stockton wasn't a very, very, very good point guard.
Do you have to highlight every single one of the hair-related comments, Paul? Like all of them?
But yeah, so
you're controlling what we see on the screen.
Hey, I know everyone commenting, they're just mad because you can't grow the length of hair that I have under this bonnet.
Oh shit!
And the corners of your hairline are running away from your eyebrow.
Here we go. Here we go.
Fully intact, baby. Fully intact, baby. And it's length under here.
Here.
Length under here. You hear me?
But yeah, so personally, I have him at 5. I'm okay for anyone who doesn't have him as.
What are you saluting at? I'm sorry. Oh, what are you doing?
That's a fact.
See,
boys out there cutting their hair off, trying to save that hair.
Alan, I'm sorry. I'm derailing this.
Boys out there had too much tension on their scalp and had to cut it off.
Do y'all know who this is?
No, wait a
second. Yes, I know who this is. It's one of my friends.
Boys out there ain't never seen it inside of the salon. You ain't never did a hair mask. Hair dry, brittle, split ends for days.
Yo.
That's why you hitting that buzz cut.
You know who that is?
Yes, I know who that is. We can keep going.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Tender-headed.
Are you seeing these comments too? Hold on. Alan, please continue.
Guest on the show, man. We got it.
I'll finish my point. I'm finished.
Boys ain't never had a defined curl in their life.
Paul,
do you know who this is too, bro?
Don't worry about it.
All right. I want to make sure y'all not roasting a ghost right now because I don't know what this man look like.
Right. Right. Paul, want to close this out with your take?
Yes, and I'm gonna.
We've been doing the wave since 2011, brother. It's over for that. We done with that.
They saying it's coming back. No, wait, hold on. No, we need guys back in.
He wishes, bro. He wishes he had this full set, bro. Come on now. Length. Hold on. Length, brother. Length, brother. Plenty under here. You don't got bangs. You can't put your hair in a ponytail, brother. Healthy.
But anyway, I'm gonna.
You spelled his name.
I'm gonna close it out. I guess close this topic out by highlighting this comment right here. Bring it back to basketball.
There we go.
If it doesn't translate to playoff success, anything he does in the regular season doesn't elevate his legacy. I don't agree with the Kawhi thing because that's a different situation. I'm not comparing Kawhi on the Clippers.
Russ has playoff success.
You said what?
Russ has plenty of playoff success, though.
But he's talking. But the question that Farrell, I know you got sidetracked with the hair conversation, but he asked the question about is if he has a good season now, like what he's doing right now. If it actually,
okay.
So I'm not gonna compare now to Kawhi in LA, but the first part of that is true, right? If it doesn't translate to playoff success, it doesn't help his legacy. Now, if it does. I didn't highlight that. I did not highlight that.
I highlighted it because what that means was.
I'm just responding to comments. I'm I'm engaging our audience.
But anyway, I don't think it's gonna help. You know, this is real quick. If Shea continues to like win chips, Russell Westbrook's legacy is in trouble. I'm just gonna leave that.
Not just him specifically, the whole point guard list.
Yes,
Shea is attacking the whole point guard list. But again, he shouldn't be. I'm so sick of this era. Shea should not be threatening the point guard list.
That's
Shea should be on the 2-guard list. And I had a question that I want y'all to think about maybe for next week. Where would Russ be if he was a 2-guard all time?
It wouldn't help him.
Fourth. He'd be fourth.
Yeah, fourth. That's true.
Yeah, fourth.
Probably fourth.
But that
fourth like if he had the same career, like fourth.
He wouldn't have the same career if he was a shooting guard.
I don't
Agreed.
know.
He'd have at least at least 2 chips.
No,
I stand on that.
No, it would be worse.
I stand on that.
I know we had this conversation on here before last year.
If Russ didn't have to be the decision maker on your basketball team, if there was someone that made the decisions with Russell Westbrook on the basketball floor, and Russ was just a play finisher, 2 chips.
But the problem is he would have to be in order for that to work, he would have to take the role of Kevin Durant.
Yes.
He's not winning. He's not better than Kevin Durant.
And he's led the league in scoring. What are we talking about?
He's not better than Kevin Durant.
No one said that. Well,
I'm saying that if he were to take the role of a Kevin Durant, he would not be as effective as a Kevin Durant, even as a scorer.
Listen,
no one said that.
No one said that. A lot of people are lucky. A lot of people are lucky that him and CP3 never linked up. That's all I'm saying. A lot of people are lucky that him and CP3 never linked up in LA.
Never happened. That's all I can say. Russell Westbrook stole
justice for Steven Adams, but also justice for DeAndre Ayton because Luke is doing it to him right now.
Point guards, man. Luka saw that.
Luka's also not a point guard. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. That's his
entire NBA career, he's been at one position.
Actually, no, I take it back. Luka probably is a point guard. I'm not gonna lie.
I told you that last season.
See, here's the thing, right? That's why it's hard for me to rank Westbrook as an all-time because what is a shooting? What's the point guard? Now, if you want to say
go look at episode. I want to say 82. Yeah, episode 80. I defined it very well.
Yeah. Nah. So it's like if we're looking at players that played the one position, if you want to say like that, all time, man, I got Steph over him.
Yeah,
of course.
Agreed.
I got
Magic.
I've been saying this since last year. You gotta have to revisit Magic. He played with some great.
No, we don't.
players,
I don't care.
man.
I don't
He
care.
played-
I don't care. No, we don't. No, we don't. Because
okay.
because when all those players were injured, he played and dropped 40-point triple doubles in one finals game. So I don't want to hear it.
Okay, all right.
Also true.
But they were always injured. But
he didn't win that.
Exactly. They were always injured.
I said they were not always injured.
Go look at James Worthy. The Lakers have made a lot of legends out of certain kind of players.
Okay.
Let's I want to be respectful, but
okay. But
you feel me?
Okay.
Derek Fisher's damn near a Hall of Famer.
Shout out D Fish, man. He's a
Sasha Vujacic is lauded like a hero.
We're in his country.
In this country, in Los Angeles County,
In the LA line. In the land.
Lamar Odom. If you let Lakers fans tell it, was the first Kevin Durant,
and he was on crack.
Lamar Odom was nice though.
It was.
He
Nice.
was, but listen, that gold raises your stock a little bit.
That's a fact. Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah
we had.
I got
Don't disrespect Isaiah like that. Why you say like that?
I'm not.
Russ and Isaiah Thomas is a tough pick 'em. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm picking Russ over Isaiah.
It's tough though.
You are.
I am.
It's tough though.
But
It's tough,
if I'm
though.
trying to win a chip, I might want Isaiah to lead my.
I definitely want Isaiah
Isaiah
without
got two
without
chips,
hesitation.
man. I think
Probably.
Without hesitation.
that's worth something.
You know what I mean? Who else? Chris Paul is a greater point guard as far as point guard.
Correct.
But, again, like just better player at the one.
Yeah.
I still have
it's
Chris Paul. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Skills
I might
matter.
have Chris Paul too, but it's close.
Skills matter. I'm so
It's
sorry.
close.
He's
It's
a better
close.
basketball player. He just
I don't
is.
know if he's a better
He
basketball
plays the
player.
game because this is I never said this last year, but this is what I'm gonna be on this year. We have to talk about there's performing in the game. There's
Yeah.
performing in the game and your ability to execute certain skills of the game.
Yes.
And then there's playing the game. Right? Like if we're talking about Monopoly, you could be really good at getting a lot of properties.
Yeah.
But who's better at the game of Monopoly? Right? Like Chris Paul is better at the game of basketball than Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook may be able to do certain things within the game of basketball better than Chris Paul.
Right.
He's a better rebounder than Chris Paul. Sure. I wouldn't even argue he's a better defender. I would say maybe they're like a toss up.
Chris Paul in his prime was nice, yeah.
Right. He's taller, he's more athletic, sure. But when you're talking about the game of basketball, like the game, playing the game in totality, Chris Paul is better at playing basketball than Russell Westbrook is.
That's how I feel about MJ versus LeBron.
Me too. We said as much as on this spot. I might be like
in which direction?
In which direction?
And
MJ better at the game of basketball.
And
I don't know because I might give the IQ nod to Bron.
Interesting. Are you saying that from a past perspective?
No, I'm not talking about skill. I'm talking about understanding the game and playing the game of basketball.
I don't know if you can say that then.
At a championship level, I think I'm still taking Jordan.
100%.
When it comes to winning chips, we have seen LeBron defer what he should not have deferred, but it looked like the right play.
LeBron has learned and mastered 3 different styles of basketball, 3 different eras of basketball, and he's currently damn near close to mastering the current 4th one.
Yeah,
I see that every day. I see that every week or whatever in Mind the Game. Like you can see him, he's in the process of in real time figuring out contemporary basketball, and he's almost got it. Which, to go back to our earlier point, is why I think it'll work with the Lakers, because I think LeBron understands basketball and understands what contemporary basketball is, and will identify that the ball needs to be in Luka's hands.
Right.
And understands that he does need to be somewhat of a stretch 4 playmaker. I think he sees that. I think he understands the game. Michael really only ever had to learn one fashion of basketball, and he mastered it completely and utterly. I'll always say that. But if we're talking about IQ and acumen, LeBron learned and mastered a lot of evolution of the game of basketball.
I mean, it goes to being longevity. Like he's seen a lot of evolution in basketball.
No, but he mastered all of it.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, he hasn't mastered this yet.
Like for all the arguments y'all are making about whether LeBron will accept his role, none of y'all have said LeBron's game doesn't fit modern NBA basketball. No one said that.
I was going to that.
Because you can't, right? But we've seen that with a lot of players who played a long time, where they still had talent, but Russell Westbrook still has a lot of talent, no? Still has a lot of skill, no? Does his game match modern basketball? No.
He looks good
Hold
right
on.
now.
If you're saying
wait, let me keep going. Carmelo Anthony, what eventually happened to him? Did he really get that whack? Or could he not master contemporary basketball?
He was black.
Allen Iverson, did he really get that whack? Or could he not master contemporary basketball at that time?
I don't.
For a lot of players, they can't learn where the game goes.
I don't think that's the case. I think the case is they can't play the roles that these teams want them to play in the era that they're in.
Correct.
I think
that's a part of it. That's a part of it, but I think there's also a part of it of like, because if you really understood the game, you would identify that role for yourself. Let's really talk about it. If you understood the game, you would look at your skill because role doesn't have to always equal production, right? Because we're talking about play style. These teams were still paying these guys a fair amount of money. So outside of Melo on the Rockets, which was a specific situation, a lot of times I think these players still do want these guys to be rather productive players, but they're telling them to play a different way, and these guys can't do it. But like, if those guys played that way and were still 25-point scorers, the team wouldn't be mad.
But here's the pushback to that, right? To the Russell Westbrook example. The only different role he's ever been told.
Mike.
Sorry. The only different role he's been told to play, first was off ball with the Lakers, which was a mistake. And second was to be a six man. And he's mastered being a six man. Right?
No, but again, I'm not talking about role. That's what I'm saying. The role is important. No, but I was countering Paul saying he thinks the changing of the role is what phased them out. I'm saying these guys, in whatever role the team asked them, in many situations, not all, that person still could have been an incredibly high-level productive player in that role, but it was the play style that the teams were trying to get them to play that they could not adapt to.
Then I can say the same. It doesn't change my point all that much because Russell Westbrook is not or has not like failed to fit into the play style that these teams are doing, right? He fit into.
I think he did with both the Lakers and the Clippers.
I don't know that that's true with the Clippers, and I definitely don't.
It was. Russ had a lot of good moments when Kawhi was out, and then they let him play the way he likes to play.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But when Kawhi was there and they asked him to play a different way, he could not do it.
Yeah.
Well, because they were asking him to play how he played in the Lakers, and that was unsuccessful.
Yes, because both teams, both coaches, both coaching staffs, one of which is one of the best in the world. So let's, Darvin Ham aside, Tyronn Lue looked at the game of basketball as it's played today and looked at Russell Westbrook's skills and came to the same determination of how Russ should play, and he could not do it. I think Nomad brings up a great point. Blake Griffin is one of the greatest examples. If Blake Griffin was able to stay healthy, he would have had something of a career because he absolutely identified the shift in basketball and completely changed his play style to adapt to it.
That's a good one.
Brooke Lopez, in the middle of his career, Brooke Lopez was an all-star at the play style he was drafted at. Let's talk about that. He was an all-star at the play style he was drafted at. And in the middle of his career, saw the game change and completely changed his play style. And was able to extend his career. Al Horford.
No. What did you just say?
He's the greatest net center of all time, and he may not be wrong.
I said greatest net.
I just heard center, and I was like, "Are you on crack?"
I said greatest net.
I can keep going. Al Horford.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Al Horford.
Same thing. Yeah. All-star at the play style he played.
Yeah.
Completely changed his play style when the game shifted.
It's easier, like, for the center because the center is not used to, especially the centers you named, they're not used to being ball dominant centers. They're not.
That's not true with the two guys I just mentioned. That's not true. Both those guys were the center points of their team. Both of them. Both of them were the center point. Blake Griffin too, center points of their team.
I don't know.
So I can bring up guard examples. I would say Dwayne Wade was figuring it out, but the health caught up to him. I would say Kobe was figuring out, but the health caught up to him. I would argue, who's another really good example if we want to do wings?
Vince?
No. I don't think so.
Not Vince.
No. Vince definitely, because when he went to the Mavericks.
No, but he actually got back though. That's the thing.
No, but he actually he helped though.
He was
He was actually like a good player for them.
Oh, if you say Dallas, sure. If you say, I thought you were talking about like late in his career.
No.
No, on Dallas, yeah, for sure. Vince figured it out. Yeah, he figured it out. Vince figured it out. Vince figured it out.
By the time he went to the Suns, he was what?
Right.
Yeah, correct. Who else? Andre Iguodala.
Oh, that's true. That's a good example.
Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, he sold his prime. That could have been nice.
If I really thought about it, I could sit here and probably keep going. But I think we have to start talking about that more. Is like, so I think if you look at LeBron, you can't say to LeBron, take even age off of it when he was like in his 40s and athleticism slowed down. You can't tell me 22 LeBron, like 2022, even go to 2018. You can't tell me that LeBron played the same as 2012, 2013 LeBron. Not even close.
No.
Not even the same. Not even the same. Like, you almost unrecognizably different players.
I don't know about unrecognizably, but they play different.
2021 LeBron. Think about, let's use finals. Let's go 2013, and I'll use two winning ones. 2013 LeBron, 2020 LeBron. Are those two even recognizably similar players?
No,
not even close.
He was even more of a point guard on the
right. Not even close.
And then the second run on the Clipper on the Cavs, that man was like in his Jordan bag, low key.
Right. So, and if you go to Jordan, what did Jordan famously retire for the second time? He did. I'm not playing for not this coach. I refuse to learn or attempt to play any different type of basketball. Right. I have mastered this type of basketball. It wins championships. I will not learn any other way to play basketball.
Fair.
That's yeah.
So to come back to why we got into this and to close it out on the Russ point, Russ is great at basketball skills. Russ has learned how to do things on a basketball court incredibly well. I would say Russ has never quite mastered the game of basketball.
Winning. It's about winning.
But what's the point of playing basketball?
To win. No, I agree with you. I'm like,
in my philosophy, the two are one and the same. I don't like that we separate it. I don't like that people look at statistical production and say that's really good basketball, but then winning basketball is some different thing. No, you play basketball. You play sport to win the sport. So ultimately, being really good at the sport is learning how to play the game to effectively win the game.
If that's fair, then that kind of goes against
kids. I don't know what they teach these days, but when I was taught basketball, I was taught ways to play to win the game. I wasn't taught how to be really good just to score the ball. I wasn't taught how to be really good just to defend the ball. I was taught the game in its totality, how to win basketball.
These kids are taught by their trainers.
I didn't learn the game. Sorry, one last point. Yeah. Even more so, I didn't learn the game from an individual player standpoint. When I was taught basketball, I was taught team basketball. Right. I didn't sit with a trainer and try to get all my skills individually, but I had to, when you were growing up and you're developing, what they said about you wasn't about your skill. They would laud you for your skill, but they would say this kid doesn't understand the game yet.
Yep.
That was always the metric when I was a kid for kids getting scouted, drafted. And if you don't believe me, I played with guys that played D1, D2, D3. I played with guys that played overseas. The way you were evaluated was how much you understood the game. There were guys that were late bloomers that had great growth spurts, and he was 6'5", and they were like, "Oh, this guy has all the talent, but he's only been playing basketball for 2 years. He doesn't know how to play yet." We used to hear that all the time. The kid doesn't know how to play yet.
Right. To that example, though, right?
I think Russ never fully learned how to play. I think he never truly mastered NBA basketball.
That might be true, but then taking that to its logical conclusion, that's a greater indictment of someone like Chris Paul, who has all these intangibles and has mastered it, has never won.
Physical limitations.
Yeah,
I don't know.
5'11". He's 5'11", man. The last person to do it was Isaiah Thomas, and it was a different game.
That's fair. That's fair. So we're
The
gonna
5'11" guy is never gonna be the best player on your team and you win a chip. If you understand basketball, you understand that. Like if thinking about attacking and defending, if the concentration of talent on your team, if the best player on your team is 5'11", you're not gonna be that good of a team. Ultimately, when it comes down to it. Because if the guy we have to go to get a bucket at the end of the day is 5'11", there's a lot of things we can do to make sure he doesn't get a bucket. A lot.
There's also so many things that go into winning one singular championship. That's not fair to put on Chris Paul. Like there's been times where he could have won and got injured multiple times. But if you look at the teams he's been on, as soon as he get on them, they see some level of success that they didn't before. So I think to hold it just so like he didn't win a championship is unfair to him.
No, I'm not holding it to just that he didn't win a championship. I'm saying like all this high level, winning acumen or playing the right way, but it's almost translated almost exactly the same to Russ.
It hasn't, because we got to be context. The way Russ's teams have lost, Chris Paul has never lost that way.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
Never.
That's fair.
Never.
It's a different level of just being cerebral.
Right.
That Chris Paul has at Westbrook.
Chris
Paul's never been outplayed. Chris Paul has been out talented. Chris Paul has been out health. He has never been outplayed. Straight up.
Is that accurate?
Tell me the time.
No.
Tell me the time.
Wasn't he outplayed?
He didn't play the last 2 games.
Yeah, but he played 4. No.
And they were up 3-2.
Oh, that drops.
They were up 3-2 and they lost the last 2 games when Chris Paul didn't play.
Like, all right,
you gotta have context.
Think about it, Andre. Think about it like this, Andre. All right, let's say with Chris Paul, right? You can't just force him to shoot,
right?
Because he'll make the shots, right? Especially when you need him to. You can't force him to like play an in-between game because he's one of the best in-between guards ever. You can't force him to the rack because he knows how to finish in the paint.
Top 5 under the basket finishers of all time.
People forget, right? You can't force him to like move the ball. Like that's Chris Paul. Like move the ball. You're crazy.
You can't double. You can't trap. You can't blitz.
Right.
Whereas with Russell Westbrook,
you can do a lot of that.
Playoff situations, you force him to shoot. You build a wall in front of him. You're more than likely going to have success against his team. Right? You force him to make plays and like give him different looks on the defensive end. Not even just shoot. Like just move the ball at the right time. And all these different like things that are just like details in the game, and you force Russ to do that, you might have success against his team.
Same thing with James Harden, right? His play style, James Harden has mastered how to be personally very effective. He has not mastered how to play excellent NBA basketball.
Correct. That's true.
There are things you can do to a James Harden team that will effectively stop them, and it's dependable. When it gets to it in the playoffs, we can go to this, and most likely this will work because of him.
Facts.
Or not even because of him, because of the way he plays, this team has been constructed like this, and we can exploit them this way. Because there's that part of it too. The way you play affects how you build the team, which creates your weaknesses and your strengths. Because they build a team around this kind of play style, they don't have this, so we can exploit this. Or they overspam this, so we can exploit this. Lucas Mavericks team, right? Mm-hmm. What's the biggest difference between Lucas Mavericks teams and this team? Way more ball handling on this team, right?
Yeah.
Way more basketball IQ guys, not just standstill guys.
And more shooters.
Right? That was the thing that was learned. I think Luka has learned that. Luka had a large hand in constructing the current team, and I think he learned a lot from that series. Oh no, we can't have this exploitable of an offense.
Yeah. And the thing too with Russ, like Quadis kept, even leadership, like Russ, if you get him angry enough, you could bait him into fouling himself.
It becomes a one-on-one game for him immediately.
That's fair.
Immediately.
That's not
immediately. We saw with Dame. Let's be real. Should those Thunder teams that he was on in his MVP years really should have lost to the Blazers? Russ and PG really should have lost to Dame? No. They really shouldn't have. Talent for talent.
They lost to a rookie Donovan Mitchell.
Bro, What?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that
Well,
was-
that was different because they had a lot of injuries that year.
No, everyone was healthy in the playoffs. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, it was not. Paul George
Yes,
just
they
came off.
were.
Paul George just came off the shoulder.
He's always off a shoulder.
That's another. Paul George is never fully healthy. He's a problem
That didn't stop you winning 60 games and getting the 2 seed.
because of Russ, but it's not going to translate to the playoffs, which is what we keep saying.
Exactly. You've caught up. No,
It's
no,
not,
no.
I'm not catching up to nothing. I'm agreeing with you. It's not going to. It's not going to translate. You need someone like Paul George. That's hate. That's hate.
So I think this has actually been a really nice way. We've kind of did callbacks to almost every topic and sort of landed it in the center, and we've left with a good message. So I think we should leave it there.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was going to say it doesn't change my position to Russ, but all right.
I understand that. I think because you know what, to balance what I'm saying, I think it's sometimes I do struggle with what I do want to evaluate when I do rankings, because I do think there is something to be said about mastery of skill.
No, agreed.
There's something to be said about that, and there's something that should be celebrated about that in terms of historically. But for me, my mind cannot forget to look at how good are you at the game of basketball, which is a team sport.
No, agreed. That's very
right.
fair.
Like there's boxers, like there's a lot of boxers who don't have the greatest records, who we call the greatest boxer of all time because it's individual. How good were you at punching and not getting punched, whether you won or not? Right? Team sport is different.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Like,
let's see what he does.
We can name 10 names of guys that don't have the greatest records, but they had the hardest. Mike Tyson doesn't have like the greatest record, but he's knocked people out like at a higher level than maybe anyone we've ever seen.
Yeah.
So we hold him up there, right? But he lost a lot of matches he was not supposed to,
right?
And had a pretty terrible end of his career.
Let me ask you a question.
That's also true.
Let me ask you a question though.
What's up?
If the Kings make the playoffs,
that's crazy.
And not even playing playoffs, and let's say they even win a round. Whoa!
Hey!
But let's
got a laundry siding up in here.
No, I'm showing love, but it's true. I'm saying we still laud Mike, even like we look at Mike's record and you look at some of the top, like if you look at the top records of boxers, like Mike has a good record, but he doesn't have one of the top records. But in individual sport, winning is a little bit different. Like we still look at him as one of the greatest ever because he could box really well. But team sport is different. Like the point of it is winning. Like you know what I mean? Like
no, but all right. So let's say Westbrook gets them to the playoffs, 6th seed, 5th seed, and wins a round.
What's the question?
What is it? What does that do for his legacy, for Westbrook's legacy?
Listen, man. Listen. I think.
No, I asked Sparrow. I want to hear what Sparrow.
I
know what you're gonna say.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
All right. For clarity, Mike Tyson is 50-6 with 44 knockouts. So it's a pretty incredible record.
44.
But I mean,
what's Mayweather's record?
We know it. It's 60-0.
So that's the point you're making.
That's my point.
Yeah.
We don't automatically have Mayweather over Mike just because he's never lost. Like because in an individual sport we look at like but how nice were you? like how nice were you at the skill of the sport? He knocked people out.
That's 44 out of 56 fights you knocked. Like that's crazy. But yeah.
That's what I'm saying, right? But in team is different. Like, yeah, you got mad triple doubles, but bro, you like what you were doing was not good for the game of basketball. Like individual sport, if you are doing individual things well, you are playing the sport well. You see what I'm saying? Like if I'm knocking people out, I am boxing well. But in basketball, it's not like that. If I'm scoring a lot of points, that does not automatically mean I'm playing basketball well.
Yeah, good point.
That's the difference.
That's fair.
That's the difference.
No, but answer the question.
I don't know. I mean, I
don't know that it does anything, Paul.
It really doesn't. You know what it does? It adds to the legacy of him being a good teammate and elevating teams during the regular season.
Does that not help his case as somebody that's considered not to be a winning player, though?
No, because it has nothing to do. Because winning is determined in April and May. Because if it ends the same way, because this is now the third time it'll be like that, where it's like, oh, Russ has had such a good season for this team. He's helpful. And then he's going to have a key moment in the playoffs where you're like, good Lord. I mean, do you remember that loss he had in the playoffs where he missed a layup and then came down and fouled the 3-point shooter
on the Clippers?
Yeah.
For them to hit the game when you just, you know what I mean?
But what if he wins a round? That's what I'm saying.
About round, it's over for them.
He's been,
so
he's been to the finals
like this then.
Wait, say what?
You can't be elevating Chris Paul like this then. I said
why?
If he
Chris
wins
Paul has lived in conference finals.
So has Russ.
No, he has not.
Yeah.
He hasn't lived.
No, there was
conference finals. No, he is not.
There was years that he was living in conference finals. What are you talking about?
No, there was not. No, there was not.
When he was with the Thunder, yes, he was.
Brother, look it up. I'm promising you right now. He went to the conference finals twice.
There was a stretch where he didn't come out the first round for like 6-7 years, whatever.
For years. He went to the conference finals when he went to the finals, and then he went to the conference finals when they lost 3-1 against the Warriors. He has not been back to the conference finals since.
9 years later.
Damn.
Chris Paul lives in the conference finals.
He got to the finals with the Suns.
Right.
The Suns, the Rockets.
It's so wild how the
Mavericks
beat the Suns in the
Come
year
on now.
after. That was crazy.
So Russell Westbrook has been to the conference finals 4 times. Chris Paul. This can't be right. It says It says Chris Paul only has 2 conference finals appearances.
How many? 2?
It says 2.
No, that can't be right. He went with the Suns. He went with
what is this? Wait a second.
It's him with the Suns and it's him with the Rockets. That's it.
Yeah.
How many times did he go with the Rockets? It wasn't at least 2 times.
Right. I'm looking up playoff records right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm like y'all got me here.
Yeah, but Chris Paul got hurt on a lot of his playoff rounds.
So then what are we talking about? Because Russ has been more.
You said no.
How many times has Russ been?
Okay, all right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. This is definitive. Chris Paul's playoff record is 76 and 73. Russell Westbrook's playoff record is 64 and 71. You have a sub 500 winning record in the playoffs.
Oh,
you are more likely to lose in the playoffs than not.
That's such a small margin, though.
I mean, it's really not. It's
Am I
really
frozen
not.
for anybody else?
You are.
All right. Well, something's going on over here.
This man
and that's just games. If we did series, and then we should probably get off after this.
But the statement. Hold on. But the statement was Chris Paul lived.
No, I guessed it.
So can we go back and say I was right? At least to that point.
Yes, sure.
Thank you. That's it. I can agree with what you're saying about. I'm just saying, y'all making me sound like I'm crazy.
Playoff series. Russell has won 12 playoff series. He's lost 13.
Okay.
So again, he's lost more series.
How many series has Chris Paul won versus?
I'm looking that up right now.
Sure.
No.
And then we really should be done, even though this is great content.
Because y'all got me gassed and messed up.
Yo, you were so serious when you said this. This can't be right.
That was hilarious.
Yes. Oh man.
Oh, you know what? They have the same amount of playoff series wins.
So you know what?
But again, the context, like Chris Paul has not finished a lot of those series.
Yeah, I'm not.
This goes back to my point. My point was never that Chris Paul has won more than Russ. I never said that, actually. What I said was Chris Paul's teams have never lost the way Russ's do.
That's fair.
That's all I ever said.
But all this other stuff that he lives in the conference finals.
We got it. I gassed it. I said I gassed it. I'm not going to come back next week and talk about how Russ has won more playoff series than Chris Paul and assimilate the take.
See, that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
What
you
happened?
always do this. That's not what happened. I come back and I'm like, I evaluated and I can see merit to what you're saying.
No, you just saved the take. You just
I didn't take the take.
What was, you didn't say the opposite shit last week?
Did I not just call? Did you not hear me when I said DeAndre?
What does that mean? I highlighted that. What does he mean by this?
If LeBron didn't play his name,
that is officially means it's time to be done.
I saw that.
What does that mean? No. Get this man on here so he can explain.
Let me get votes on who Potter of the Week was.
Alan, that man, the architect. That's who it is. It's him every week.
Man. It's not up to us. It's not up to us.
Professional person on this podcast.
It's not up to us. It's not up to us.
This brother shows up in a suit and tie. You just don't see it.
Well, that's crazy.
So y'all believe in the Spurs or not?
Yes.
That's the next week topic. I want to give him another week. He had one down week. I want to see what this week looks like. And let's end on that. What are y'all looking forward to watching this week?
I want to see the Knicks keep rolling with the wins and figuring it out, honestly. That's what I want to see.
I look forward to watching some more Thunder games. I haven't been able to catch too much Thunder basketball, and I would like to watch some more Thunder basketball.
They're winning in significant fashion.
I want to watch some more Thunder basketball. It's getting to the point now where Shea is reaching like, I need to bear witness to this. I don't want to feel like I missed this. You know, like I need, like he's almost like every night that he plays, I should make sure to put it on my television.
Well, he's not playing tonight, so you don't got to worry about that.
I know.
I gotta watch. Listen, the Spurs are the most interesting team.
Yes.
Lakers beat Thunder on Wednesday. It's up. It's up.
Let's get it.
I'm telling you right now, it's up.
It's going to be a good
stream.
That's real basketball. I want to see what's going on.
If they beat the Thunder, do feelings change in this podcast?
Yes.
Yeah.
If they beat the Thunder,
yeah, duly noted.
I don't know. I'll let you know after the game. It can't. I don't know.
Bron's not going to be back by Wednesday, right?
No. So that's what I'm saying. Like they might be a different team when LeBron comes back. So I got to see how they look with LeBron.
That's a fact.
All right, fair enough.
You got to see we got to see one without and then one with.
What else do you all look forward to seeing this week?
No, yeah, I was saying like I got to see more Spurs, man. Like they're the most interesting team in the league to me because of how good Wemby is. But it's just that everybody else, like they're up and down, like you never know. And the Rockets,
Golden State, Oklahoma on Tuesday should be a good one.
I don't care about Golden State, man.
I don't know why.
I had a little hope for them, but I'm like,
for who?
Golden State.
Oh,
like going into the year, I was like, they might surprise some people, but no. The Rockets, I'm very interested. I want to know how they work well together.
Yeah, I haven't watched them play at all. I need to see them play.
I saw the first game where they played against the Thunder, and I haven't watched them since. I'm not even gonna lie, but they haven't been looking so great after that. From the record,
they're 5-3. What games do they have coming up? They got Milwaukee tomorrow. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'm definitely locked in on Milwaukee tomorrow for sure.
I don't believe in Milwaukee. I don't care what anybody says. I don't believe in Milwaukee.
That's going to be a good game, though, because Giannis is playing out of his mind.
Oh, he's going crazy right now.
He's going crazy.
He's always playing out of his mind.
No.
Also, in 2 weeks, they got Denver on Prime. Definitely catching that game.
Oh, yeah, catching that.
In Denver, I'm for sure catching that game.
Who
is going to be
Denver on the 21st on Prime.
Yeah.
Versus who?
Houston.
Oh.
That's going to be a good game.
Definitely catching that game. Absolutely. No one has a vote for Potter of the Week in the chat. Audience, Potter of the Week. Potter of the Week.
The 2 people in here.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say
that was crazy. Why you got to do that, brother?
Don't say that.
What? We're watching this on playback on YouTube or Twitch. Comment on the YouTube post who you think Potter of the Week is. I think I'll put a poll. You could do polls, right, on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right, let's put a poll on the YouTube post for Potter of the Week. Let's start making that a practice.
Subscribe as well, please.
Subscribe, like, comment, turn your alerts on. This has been Fastbreaks throughout the week. Have a good one.
On TikTok.
Light it up.
coming with the takes, never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights, man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands, we run 3-man weeks, Paul, Dre, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan, we got love for the game, we don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm to run the fast break, throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break, throw me the outlet.